Yeah.
You're tripping out going, oh, it's Terry Dancy now.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
No.
Hey,
No.
that Viva Ska Radio, though.
Talk
Yeah,
to me.
we're talking about Static X.
Power Man 5000.
Power Man 5000, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much.
Easy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Did I just go there?
How dare you disrespect whichever one of those bands is my favorite at any given moment?
How dare I? Feeling that. Oh yeah, episode 5 of season 4. Ah, that's right. Oh man, I had that intro kablamming at you. It's intro power.
Yeah, we did it.
You can't hear on the headphones, but I made you echoey as you, yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome.
All right, welcome, yeah. Episode 5, season something.
Season 4.
Or something, you know. Maybe that, maybe not. Depends who you ask. You know, I'm sure you guys know better than anyone.
That's right. Well,
But we're back.
it's time. It's Greasy Conversation. That's Greasy and Conversation spelled the appropriate way for you to Google. Those of you that are, excuse me, tuning in at radiovegas.rocks, be sure to mention them to all of the sponsorinos and sponsorinettes that sponsor Innate, the show. Sponsor ties? Anyway,
Yeah, sponsor town.
hella space today. Our news is space-tastic, but we've also got Chocolate Jesus popping on the show.
Yep.
All 3 of them.
They'll be
So
joining us shortly.
I apologize in advance if things
Cool
get
dudes.
hectic.
Cool dudes, but it does often get rowdy. Which is, you know, we need that once in a while.
Yeah. So they'll be clambering in a little bit, but first, I think we should see where you want to take it. I was going to say maybe we can chug some space news before they get here, but I think they're going to get into space with us.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking this one because it's local news. Apparently, we're getting a boring company tunnel.
Yeah, it's tunnel time. We're
We're
gonna
getting a
have a
tunnel?
tunnel. Gonna have a tunnel. Gonna have a tunnel. Gonna have a tunnel. Hey, tunnel.
Peace out.
That's right. You guys, the tunnel situation. We've been excitedly following Elon Musk and his new passion of tunneling. But this boring company, which has the best marketing, by the way, the boring, like their Facebook page is just like tunnels, period. Like tunnels, exclamation point. But yeah, they be tunneling, and Las Vegas has given them the first lump of money to get a tunnel under our town.
Nice.
The only thing I feel weird about is that the monorail went out of business or declared bankruptcy because people weren't using it enough. But do you think the issue might be the monorail doesn't go useful enough places?
Yeah.
Because it seems like
definitely.
it just goes between destinations, but doesn't go any kind of home. So
Well, because it goes to what's Sahara and
yeah, it starts at the SLS.
like Sahara in Paradise or something.
Yeah, and then it goes down between some casinos, but
down
these
to the
are
strip.
yeah, it's like places that are already kind of connected with pedestrian walkways and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
like if you're here as a tourist and you're like on the strip, you're just gonna like cruise the strip and you'll either like take the Deuce, which is our public transit double decker bus, whatever.
yeah, it's our poop named double decker bus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Or
to
you
diss
just
the
walk.
name. It's funny that they named it the
Yeah,
Deuce.
yeah, totally.
I know it's a poker term before it's a pooping term, but
Yeah, but you know, whatever. Yeah, the monorail, but it still runs, right? Like I see
it definitely runs. There's just hardly anybody on it.
Yeah.
But it's not dirty either. It's very clean.
Yeah.
And no one can afford to be homeless on there, so
Yeah.
there's no weirdos.
Yeah, I think that was just like shitty planning, and then like it had such a long build up, right? Because everyone's like, "Oh, they're building this monorail. It's gonna be great. It's gonna go here, here, and here." And then like when they finally built it, they ran so many tests that they wore out the monorail, and they had to repair it,
No.
and they had to dump in like an extra $1 million to repair the
No.
the actual monorail. Yeah, because they just wore it out, which was pretty funny.
It shouldn't wear out from the testing.
They
That's
over
crazy.
tested apparently.
Oh gosh, so what they put more bricks in it than people are ever gonna ride in it?
I guess so. I don't know if they just
It feels like a fail of the test. is
Yeah,
what-
yeah, yeah. Like, all right, That's yeah. You just failed the test.
Yeah, if you wore it out from the test.
Yeah.
That's not
No,
confidence
This
building.
seems much more useful. This says an underground loop that connects the Las Vegas Strip, the McCarran Airport, and the Raiders Stadium, and potentially even a route from LA to Vegas.
The airport is a big miss that the monorail is not taking advantage of.
Yeah, that's really huge.
Because you could stay at one hotel and monorail to another, but none of the very affordable hotels are on the route, except SLS isn't the worst.
No, that's all.
In that airport, though, if the monorail touched the airport, I don't want to waste the airport. I wanted badly for us to have the first boring tunnel, but I thought it would go between LA and Vegas. And this one will probably connect eventually, but it's not going to be the same type of tunnel. They don't mention that in this article. It's funny how an ad snuck up on top of it, like all late ass. No, we've got our own ads. We don't want surprise internet ones. Anyway, audio listeners, you don't even know what I'm talking about. It's okay. You only missed a picture of a tunnel. Picture a circle and a smaller circle.
But it was a very nice tunnel.
It was so nice. But the one that's going to go from LA to Vegas will probably be a vacuum tunnel where all the air is sucked out of it so that vehicles can travel through it greater than 200 miles an hour, maybe as much as like 600 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
Maybe more than that. I don't know. I pulled that 600 number out of my butt. I used to be following tunnel time.
700. Why not?
I was following tunnel time, and now it's been replaced with tweel time. You guys have no idea.
Dude, the
Tweels.
Oh man, I had no idea what these were.
Really? Welcome to Tweels.
I guess I've like heard of them, but didn't know they were called tweels. I've seen something like it.
I was just dealing with a screw stuck in my tire.
Oh yeah.
And just dreaming of the days when we'll just have tweels, which is the tire and a wheel at the same time. And what's special is there's no air. So for the audio lookers that can't see but with your ears, it's like rubber V's, like it's a tire, but where you'd normally see the sidewall, you see ribs like a mushroom cut up. And these little V-shaped ribs, or sometimes they're honeycombs in some of these tweels. They just deform.
Yeah,
and
which would kind of act like the spokes.
Mm-hmm.
But of course they're like rubber material, I guess, whatever tires made out of. Some rubber.
Yeah, whatever that stuff tires are made out of.
You know, the tweel.
The tweel.
But
it's coming.
No,
There's
it's cool.
tweel
And yeah, it can roll over shit because they just kind of collapse and form to the whatever they're rolling over, apparently.
When I got my first car in high school, which was like late 90s, I dreamt, I was like, tweels are around the corner. I only have to buy a few more tires, and all these cars will have tweels on them. We were promised tweels, and then we're here now, and there's only been military tweels until now the very first, like, prosumer tweels that you can suddenly only now get for, like, some John Deere stuff.
Yeah.
Only. Because they don't have ones that go over like 25, 30 miles an hour yet. Or they just tweel apart.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, how's the twed on those? Like, do they have like wasting tweels?
The problem is this rubber is prepared for like a squishing force going
gotcha.
into it.
Yeah.
But they're not prepared for like the sideways that would turn into like a pulling force when the middle part spins and then pulls on all these rubber spokes.
Gotcha.
Whereas original old school wheel spokes being metal could take the pulling, but they weren't meant to take pushing, so they're all kept under tension.
Gotcha. All right.
Tweels.
Yeah, we need those. We need more widget stuff like that.
It's the future. Eventually, tires aren't going to need air anymore. We keep getting better at making composite rubbers. I just can't believe it took this long to get rubbers even ready for this level of tweeliness. I mean, we got so good at glass. We've got Gorilla Glass like 12 or whatever, where you can just like bounce your phone off a pile of rocks now, and it's okay. But we don't have tweels yet. What's going on?
Right. Like, is there ever a point where you're like, oh man, I can't wait till it's the future? You know?
Every time
like,
I look at my tires, it's that point.
Yeah. You're just expecting.
They just feel like the oldest bag of air to be stuck in a vehicle.
You just expected so much stuff to be different just from like the 80s and 90s of all this like sci-fi that you're like, that could, okay. Flying cars, hoverboards, totally going to have those. Nope, you're just going to have some company that releases some like board on wheels and call it a hoverboard.
I used to dream about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy being a thing, and how cell phones kind of fulfilled that you have like all of the knowledge that is there to have in this device in your pocket, and yet we're still arguing over whether we went to the moon. Which is like, why would Russia like agree that we went to the moon? That's the biggest thing, is like Russia tracked it, tons of other countries photographed our crap over there. But I mean, why would they, the whole people we are trying to improve, like we faked it so well, Russia was able to watch something leave the earth and land on the moon. Like,
Yeah.
they agree. Like, they're the ones people that would be like, you'd think Russia would be pushing moon conspiracy. They're the ones pushing.
I mean, they could be still, even though they acknowledged that we went to the moon, but they could still be pushing like, you know.
Oh, like they might be behind some of the moon conspiracy stuff. Now I don't even know.
Yeah.
What's weird, like a lot of the conflict that we had between groups was orchestrated by Russia. And it's not even like a weird thing to say that. And Mueller's talking about his report over the last week, not to bring up anything political at all, but he was adamant that every American should know that Russia definitely purposefully messed with the election. Whether you believe everyone was elected fairly or not, they for sure would do funny, concrete things like make a page that was for Black Lives Matter and then make a page that was like Blue Lives Matter, and then book a rally across the street from each other.
Yeah.
Hey, let's throw a commercial on real quick and let these guys settle up real quick.
Hell no.
Bonus early commercial.
We came to talk about tunnels, but you guys already talked about tunnels.
No, we blew the tunnel time already.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, man,
we
you
can
guys
have more
missed the tunnel.
tunnels.
All right.
There's always more tunnel
All right.
space.
Wow,
Commercial,
Amber,
Chuck?
you're looking pretty crappy this morning.
Let's see. You forgot her name.
Well, you probably should, Annette. We drank a lot last night.
You obviously don't remember that last round of shots, and I know you forgot about the karaoke.
Oh, long night. What happened?
But you didn't forget your Hangover Joe's or your designated driver. To learn more and to get a free sample, visit hangoverjoes.com.
Hangover Joe will get you over it.
Like in the middle.
Yeah.
Should
Now
we
the
just do
mic in
another
front
one?
of me.
We just
Yeah.
run through
Beep, beep, beep.
the first guy.
Hey everybody, for the past few months we've been telling you about Brothers Pizza. You know, the place that's located at 7575 South Rainbow. We've told you about how amazing their pizza is, how awesome it is that they stay open late, and that on Tuesdays it's 50-cent wing night, and now it's boneless wing night on Thursdays. It just keeps getting better and better. Brothers Pizza is the home of the 30-inch pie, killer pasta, sandwiches, hamburgers, salads, and more. The best part is when you call in and order for pickup and mention RadioVegas.rocks, you'll get 10% off your order. You want another reason to go check out Brothers Pizza? Well, if you order a lunch special off of our app, you're going to earn your way to a free personal pizza. That's right. Check out the RadioVegas.rocks app loyalty program. Check out Brothers Pizza. 10 punches, you'll get that free personal pizza. And join us on June 15th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. down at Brothers Pizza, located at 7575, for again another fun day out in the sun as we give away a pizza an hour. That's June 15th from 11 to 4 p.m. Brothers Pizza, 7575 South Rainbow. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Ram them together. Let's talk about folks that
Should
sponsor.
we? Let's vote.
All right, Dix. I told you to register for the free Aerosmith tickets by clicking on the link for the Radio Vegas Rocks app, and then simply register your name and phone number under the VIP tab. To punish you, Dix, I'm going to play Janie's Got a Gun on my hand flute while I explain again how great this contest through Radio Vegas Rocks truly is. This is free airfare, free hotel accommodations, and 2 VIP tickets on the actual stage. You're on the stage watching Aerosmith play. If one of you dicks win these tickets and you have no one to go with, I'll go with you. I would love to see if an Aerosmith on stage turtle, even if you win. As long as you promise you don't roofie my drink, you don't have sex with my dead corpse. Hopefully he doesn't make my skin into some sort of apparatus he wears around his face. I'll even stay with you. All you have to do is download the Radio Vegas Rocks app and register under the VIP tab of the app to win.
Download the Radio Vegas Rocks app right now.
Let's come back. That's enough of those for right now. We're gonna do more later. Yeah?
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Fade from Faded and Elevated, and I am so excited to talk to you guys about Deluxe Cleaning Service. Yeah, that's right. Miss Blanca Lopez, she is the cat's meow, y'all. She comes to your house. She comes to your office. She comes wherever you need her to go, and she cleans that sucker up like it's never been cleaned before. Yeah, that's right. She will come absolutely anywhere. Wherever you need her, she's there to keep you clean in the deluxe way.
Did you guys really feel like you messed up on the missing out of the wheels? Did you really feel like you missed
No, the tunnels,
wheel
man.
time?
Tunnels. No, we heard about the twheels. We were like, heard you talk about the twheels.
You're like,
right when we
I'm
bought
done
that.
with the twheels, but the tunnels. What do you guys?
Tunnels. We heard you talk about the tunnels because we were watching. I was like, oh, Waz just went live right when we turned on to
Yeah, how do you feel about the Boring Company time?
the boring. I like the flamethrower. It's pretty cool.
That's the product that won you over.
Tunnels, dude. What else can you say? Tunnels.
Right? Tunnels are like.
But all right, so they're not gonna do an actual like tunnel like they just built in LA, like like where they get on the tracks, they drive the cars, and it's gonna like take people like from one end of the strip or the other. It's gonna be like you said, it's gonna be some sort of link between here and LA.
The link to LA one
so that's like
is not happening
but
yet.
That's like the Hyperloop though, isn't it?
That's the plan,
That's
but that's
that.
later.
So these guys were like tripping out when you were talking about they're like what, like 600 miles an hour. I was like, yeah, basically it's gonna work the same way like those the pharmacy, the drive-through pharmacy like tube things work,
Except even more air sucked out of it.
Yeah, except for being in prescription and drugs and shit, it's gonna be people.
Yeah, with drugs in them.
Prescription people.
So it's only going to go to like major stops, though.
This first one that they have the funding from the convention center for is going just to major stops in Las Vegas. It's not going to go all the way to LA or have the air
but
sucked
it's gonna
out
be
of it.
one of those ones where you drive your car on and you get on like a freaking the rail and then like.
No, it's going to be a people mover one. It's not going to have
It's going to
the
be
air
like
sucked
a
out of it.
subway, basically.
Yeah, it's totally going to be like existing subway stuff that we've seen before, but made cheaper and more modern.
Okay.
So
you're
like,
gonna dig through all that caliche though.
It should be
That's gonna
faster
be insane,
too.
Though. It's like to build an underground system in Las Vegas is gonna be very expensive because it's like basically like breaking up concrete once you get like 14 feet down.
But that might make it more stable as far as how they have to reinforce the walls. I'm guessing. That's total baloney on my part. Maybe
this could be.
That's
true.
my.
They're also making everything out of clay.
It was crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna make all of it out of clay, so it'll be fine.
Like the Mayans.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was looking forward to something because our bus system out here sucks. After like taking the bus out here, like I would just rather skate. Like instead of taking 2 buses, I would rather skate like 8 miles.
About, like, the light
Our
rail.
bus
They're not
system
gonna do a light rail. They're gonna do a light rail.
This would totally replace light rail, I think. Wait, no, because light rail would
light
go
rail would
time.
still be awesome, and that would be perfect. The light rail down Maryland Parkway would be amazing, even if you just went from like UNLV to like downtown.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's a really good idea. The other thing that I kind of wished we'd had, but I don't know if the weather makes it practical, is you have places like Oslo where they closed down roads even in the midst of heavy traffic on those roads, and then made more bike paths that were separated from the traffic where you don't have to dodge cars like our current bike paths. Where right now we have these issue of like, why should we make better bike paths? They're not using the ones they have, even though they're crazy dangerous.
Yeah, they're super sketchy.
There's even streets that where it's like 4th Street, for example, is one-way streets, like 3 lanes wide, and there's signs that say bikes may use a full lane. And I'll ride and take up a full lane, and I will literally have people riding my ass, honking at me, like getting crazy, driving by me really like close and stuff like that. And it's like, I have every right to, like, I'm literally not doing anything wrong, but these people don't know. They're reading the signs about bicycles. They don't give a shit. Like, very entitled car drivers. As opposed to when I lived in Portland. Portland was the complete opposite. Portland, like, bicyclists literally ran the streets. Like, it was crazy. Cars were scared of bicyclists, and rightfully so, because, I mean, you'd see bicyclists, like, smash, like, rip off window, rip off the
like bikers
smash,
out there.
Smash again windows with the freaking bike chains.
That kind of transition happened in Europe where there's these cities that did this. The traffic went down like crazy because people enjoyed riding their bikes that could, and then the streets were clear for people that weren't capable to ride bikes, which is a small part of the population. So everybody ended up winning, but then they don't have this kind of heat. I don't know how well bicycle time people survive in this heat anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you
something
That's why
interesting they're
tunnel
about
time.
to roll out the RTC that's the bike share program downtown, and something they're about to roll out. They already did like a beta test in March, but they're about to roll out these electric bicycles.
Oh, because I've used their bike share ones that are like passive ones before.
Yeah, they have electric ones, and they did like a beta test electric ones in March, and they're really awesome. They're really cool, and they get you pretty going. And you know, I feel like in the heat, like that would still like. I mean, it doubles, you know, it definitely doubles how fast you can
It'd be
ride
all
and
right.
shit.
There's still a safety issue though, because it's harder to see bicycles than motorcycles, and it's already hard to see motorcycles zipping around. This one guy was on this like old timey bicycle, like not that, like a beach cruiser kind of old timey, that had an electric conversion on it, and it looked like it was the first time he'd ever tried it. And he zipped past me on the right as I was going through an intersection, and I wasn't even mad because he looked so surprised he was doing it. So he looked at me like, "Oh man, we almost hit each other. This is crazy. You almost didn't see me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I almost didn't see you." It's like, "You should be mad at me. Wow, this thing's fast." We had like one of those eye exchanges. Like, he's like, "I know I'm being bad on this bicycle." And from then on, I'm like scared of hitting those things. It's not like they've got lights on them. It's a bicycle. I mean, it has that
Dude,
one
you
little
should just
headlight.
hit all bicyclists, man. You see a bicyclist?
No, a lot of,
That's the lesson.
I have a lot of bicyclist
Even if
friends
it's
that
me,
have been hit out
even if
here.
it's me, right? Plus, if you see
heard
me
the
on a
man.
bicycle, you just gotta mount me over, right? It's
You
alright.
gotta go bicycle hunting.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have a shout out from Mikey Reefs. He says, "What up, Chocolate Jesus? I'm Gaddy's friend who saw you in Reno. Word up to the Asian dude's art."
Yo, nice.
Asian dude's art.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much,
That's
man.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Yeah, I sold some art down in Reno, I think. Wait.
He's
Sweet,
actually
man.
Mexican.
Give me a plug.
I'm
Dude,
just high right now, you know.
where do people find your art?
They find my art on the streets, or if I play at the bars. Because I'm a street artist out here in Vegas, so.
But I mean, have anyone taken a photograph of it that might be on the internet?
He's got
Dry Point
Dry Point Arts, that's right.
Yeah.
Dry
dope.
Point
Like,
Arts.
he does,
He's
I've actually-
really,
oh yeah, I'm on the internet.
I got it.
That, most people would see it that way, I have to say.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
a street artist.
Come on me on the street.
You have to be on the street. Only.
He's in front of El Cortez across the street
He
most
does
nights.
set up downtown sometimes.
That's right. That's right.
You can see him at First Friday. That's where you should say.
There we
If you
go.
want to be my friend,
I like
you
it.
could look me up on Facebook, Dry Point Arts, and you could send me a message saying
Yeah.
hello and everything. It's pretty cool.
What was the first word? Was it drive point or dry?
Oh, dry.
Dry.
DRY, just like how
All right.
paint dries. You know?
Awesome. That spelling it extra makes me understand and remember better. And everyone else, oh, you guys can't hear that. You guys can't hear the echo. It's all
Nope.
this echo time. I don't know. It's better when it's with a joke or anything, but right now I just want to like abuse it because it's like a new feature.
Oh.
And if you don't want to be his friend online, you just don't have to click that link. So.
Just find me in the streets. We'll set up.
Find him in the
Let
streets.
him know.
Find him in the streets.
Let
Yeah.
him know. Ask him how much the big painting is for sale for.
Oh man, it's not for sale at the moment, but maybe in the future. I had a crazy offers. I had a crazy offer
Let me
of
show you a picture
$10,000,
of
which my mom won't talk to me anymore because I denied it.
Really? Is it that like big shade?
Yeah, it's
You've
the
been
one I've
carrying-
been working on
Yeah,
for
Dude,
about
I've seen
3
I've seen his
years.
shit online for like forever. I actually like was hella drunk at some open mic like years ago, and I wanted to buy a piece from you, but I didn't have the money. But
I was probably really drunk too.
yeah, but no, I've seen that. That thing's like rad, man.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that one big piece I do out of pointillism, and I spend about 2 years to 3 years on each piece, and most of them are
Damn.
all created by people's names that they dot on it. So
Oh, that's gnarly. That's really
It's
cool.
a whole piece made of names,
So when some rich guy on the strip offers him 10,000, he's like, "Fuck you."
He's like, maybe when it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't want to let it go for, because I got a lot of dreams and ambitions. So
You try to
Yeah,
find
for
the
sure.
blind,
That's cool,
the
man.
blind.
All right, let's talk about our favorite people in America, the U.S. Army. Right, that's all our favorite people, right?
Yeah,
No,
we're on.
no. Anyway, so it was Memorial Day. Did everyone have a good Memorial Day party?
I remember.
That was AKA Punk Rock Bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, U.S. Army sends out a tweet and they ask a simple question. They say, "How has serving impacted you?"
Oh, and all these veterans responded about how they wanted to kill themselves.
Yeah, like the majority of the responses are people like, "Oh yeah, I have PTSD and massive depression. And I can't function in society anymore. So thanks." which is like super fucked up and sad, man. But like, it's good. I don't know if that. I'm sure that wasn't the reaction they were expecting. Obviously,
No, I think they were expecting more of a positive,
like patriotism and like, yeah, Army's the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, it yeah, man.
That's nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was.
Thank you for serving. I'm sorry you guys want to die.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't know, like, yeah, because I've worked with some people who like, served, or were like, I almost said served time in Afghanistan, pretty much.
Yeah.
But he came back and he was like open about it, but he's like, dude, he's like, I'm fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, just, now I got homies that are even like younger than me. I mean, it's crazy long war. I almost freaking was in the army. I almost served for it there. I even like went through like the whole thing. I went through maps and all that stuff, and I backed out. Actually, no, they wouldn't take me because I got caught stealing cough syrup.
That's the best answer for not getting let into the army.
Yeah.
I almost went in like June 2001.
Yeah.
Like right before 9/11 too.
Oh, man.
And my mom talked me out of it. Thank God, dude.
God.
Yeah, I
like,
almost went in like September of like 2009. Yeah.
Damn, still would have been there.
Still,
because like we're in a forever war.
Mad respect for people that followed through on that, because I didn't think about it ever.
I saw an article. I saw an article. There was like this kid that just got sent to Afghanistan who wasn't even born like when 9/11 happened.
Yeah,
he was like
that's
18
nuts.
years old. Yeah. It's like he wasn't even alive when the war started, and like, yeah.
Hell no.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, should we dive into the space time? I just feel like I'm itching. Do you have something lined up to tease?
Oh shit.
Okay.
I can see everything cool over
This
here.
kinda
I don't know
leads.
what you guys see on
I
this
see
side.
Walls
No, we've
trying
got
to
it on both
scramble to
sides.
look
Okay.
shit. I'm showing him on my phone.
Well, you were showing me his art on your
was
phone, and I'm
trying
like,
to,
what do I
but
type in
he
to
doesn't
show
have
other people?
He doesn't have like a legit.
I don't have anything legit.
gotta
Well,
see him
you
on the
can
street.
you can post some links in one of the feeds too.
You
and-
can post Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we
okay.
could do that too. No, so I mean, how do you guys feel about UFOs?
I mean, as long as they're not probing me, I'm feeling pretty alright about them.
Yeah. I mean, we know like UFOs are a thing, not necessarily that they're piloted by aliens.
Yeah, but hold on, wait. Like, check this out though. Godzilla. Fucking.
What?
Let's get tickets.
Godzilla.
Before we do this, let's get tickets to Godzilla. Real
No,
quick.
I'm not going to see Godzilla, man.
What?
I mean, I'm not. You can if you want to.
Let's get some.
So
What's
the
the new
Washington
UFO?
Post posts this thing that says like, okay, we all need to get used to the fact that UFOs exist.
All of a sudden.
And then you actually read the article and it's like, yeah, we mean like unidentified flying objects because you can't identify everything. Not everything flying is going to be something you can identify.
So
Especially if the government's flying drones that they haven't told
So
anybody
something
about.
my dad used to
Which, like,
to
why
do-
would they not have classified stuff now? And they always did. So
When I was a kid, I used to like have these big like family gatherings, shit like that, and fucking whatever, get helium tanks. And something my dad used to like to do with helium tanks after like we freaking had was like fill up trash bags at them and like throw like lights in like the trash bags and fill up, just freaking let them go with like all the excess helium and just like, like a huge box of.
would
flying
he do
trash.
that in Vegas?
Yeah.
That's that's such a UFO.
One time, he did like
It's so great.
He did. He loves the story because he's so excited. Because one time he did like.
Because you hear about these things and you're like, who would do this? It has to be an alien. Because why would a person
Aaron's
do
dad.
this?
It was just Aaron's dad the whole time.
He did like half a dozen or like a dozen trash bags, like just all like in a procession. Let them all go at once. It was
Just
Right.
full of
And
helium
then,
with lights
then
on
like
them.
a year later, on one of those like, oh, believe it or not, alien freaking shows over Phoenix, Arizona, and it's just like a whole bunch of trash bags. And my dad's like, hey,
Those are my UFOs.
those are my.
That's so great.
That's
And like you would see the reruns of it come on every once in a while for a few years. And every time it come on, be like,
Yeah.
ah.
Well, there was like a recent thing of these two Navy people as if they'd be privy to any confidential shit. Like they don't know what's going on. And they're like, yeah, we saw these UFOs. And the Navy's like, okay, look, this is the official channel to report all the UFOs. because chances are it's probably one of our things. We know about it. So instead of like getting the media all freaked out, just report it to this thing. We'll be like, oh, okay, that one wasn't cloaked good enough or something like that. It's fun because like we had drones that were classified long before the ones that have been declassified that like, are responsible for.
They tested a lot of that shit at like Creech Air Force Base. And
stuff. So they're like, there's no way this aircraft that I saw in the sky could have made this maneuver without crushing the pilot inside. Meanwhile, there's no pilot inside. It's a drone. Of course, there's no one in there to get crushed. So yeah, I can do that.
Well, there's also airplanes nowadays that the Air Force uses that can move like UFOs. They could stop immediately and then change directions like whichever way they choose. And it's a new kind of. It looks like a F-16, kind of like a jet. But if you go to air show, they do it for the public, and it's pretty mind blowing because they could pick up.
You guys remember when we went on the tour and we were like Slab City? So we went on tour at Slab City. Yeah, and so something we didn't know about Slab City is it's right next to an acting like Air Force bombing range.
What?
Called the Chocolate Mountains bombing range. And and they test bombs there. We saw like bombs go off.
A bomb went off close by, and we felt it shake in our feet. And we were like, "Guys, this is what it's like to be close to a fucking
war
bomb."
zone.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So they tested a bomb where you could feel it from there.
Yeah,
That's
well,
insane.
no, it's like Slab City's like right outside, right next to the military base, because they have like a bunch of like tweaker, like scrapper dudes that go and collect old bombs and metal pieces.
In Slab City, there was shells of bombs like that people had gathered off of the bombing range, and like brought.
They were selling them.
So yeah, they were selling them. They were like, oh yeah, you want this giant?
He's like, it's not safe.
Unexploded bomb. Yeah, you want an unexploded bomb?
He's like, I got this uranium.
$15, man.
This one guy.
This one dude had uranium.
He's like, oh yeah, I got uranium. I probably shouldn't have it, but I'm selling that too.
Why would you? What are you keeping it in? Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, have you been to Slab City?
No.
It's on Vice.
Oh, dude.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I recommend everyone to go there just to experience what it's like when there's no rules, no laws, and a lot of meth and fucking
the Wild West.
Oh, man.
Like imagine like woke hippies, but like
woke hippies, and then a lot of tweakers, and then some tweaker hippies, and then a lot of alcoholics, and then like every single homeless man you've ever seen in your life.
Like a catalog of all the different styles.
Sure, but they're all really cool. Everybody's got like rolling tobacco, and freaking awesome stories.
There's also like that
and dogs.
That safe haven, remember, where they have big RVs, like the rich kind of like people that come out.
Mojo Slab Camp. Mojo hires like security. There's safe
like
places.
More normal, like people that are just not crazy.
You gotta you gotta pay, but it's like, but you definitely paying for like security and shit like that. Yeah, Mojo keeps her camp. Mojo keeps her camp on lockdown. And we're like, how do you claim? She was like, yeah, I have like 2.5 acres or something like that.
And that's her.
We're like, how do you claim that? She was like, I just stake it down and people respect it.
She's been doing it so long.
Yeah, and then she hires she's got her own little like security people that that she stays there and and they keep people out.
So on the video,
we walked onto her camp and she was like,
Was there the guy with the cooler that you could sit on and drive
around?
We
hung out with him.
You saw him?
Stickman.
We drank with him all day.
His name was Stickman. Yeah.
He's one of the coolest, like calmest guys there.
Yeah, the Vice
Very
video.
calm guy.
The Vice video. I think it was Vice. I saw a couple things on Slab City.
They
like framed it around that old dude that would sit on a cooler and drive around.
He's the guy that knows everybody when you're there. We hung out with him at the bar.
He's like the mayor.
They have bars there.
At the bar.
They have a bar with $1 beers, $1 shots, and shit.
Like fucking grilled cheese sandwiches and hot dogs.
$1 dabs.
$1 dabs
was at the bar.
$1 like you can dab at the bar.
Like the bar will get
with like a
that was their camp. Like these people had a camp that they made into a bar.
This is sick.
That's gnarly.
I knew you guys would be coming with the stories.
It was so windy though. It was so windy. Remember, like it was built by what do you call it?
It was like a trailer, and then there was like one wall that was built out of like bottles and mud, and then like another wall was just like
dude, for real,
just like some shit strung across like some like wood and
you feel like a metal.
Their fire pit was a giant like dick. Like
I would say Slab City is a preview to what the apocalypse looks like. If you want a preview of what the apocalypse looks like, that's literally what it looks like.
It's like the American version of Mad Max.
There was seriously like meth zombies just like wandering down the road and shit. Be like, guys,
and the people on the outskirts that don't talk to everyone, that they kind of stay to themselves, those are usually the crazy ones.
Yeah,
that
you
will
see
fucking
like hella,
kill you.
and you see like hella burnt out trailers and shit. For sure.
They just keep to themselves. But the people that kind of like integrate and at least kind of communicate, even if they're not close friends, like those people are a little more normal.
No, there's a community there. There's a really cool community there of really like.
Okay, sorry.
I don't want you to feel like you're that dominated by the mic. I'll just turn it up a little bit. You don't have to.
Grab the fucking mic and just fucking.
I love the sound of close to the mic, but no, I don't have to put that pressure on you.
Put your mouth on it.
I'll give you a little space.
Okay.
Put your mouth on it.
Room. So, man, Slab City time, you guys. That's so cool. You came with the slab stories.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep, I want to get the space handles. It's so thick on the space. This one, I'm just like feel like
more space shit.
I can't.
I'm down.
I can't relax
all
until
about
I
space, man.
get this. Because check it out. We now officially know for sure that there's other Earth-like planets out there. Like just for the last couple weeks. Because we.
Am I an alien?
Okay,
we haven't found the people yet, but there's. It's only within say the last. I think it was only the last year that we were able to detect the dimming of a star from a planet passing in front of it, and know for sure that other stars out there have planets orbiting them. But now we've got the accuracy so good that we've detected ones that are in this Earth pocket. We checked out a ton of them, and it's gone beyond that to where there's this forbidden planet.
I want to go.
I know I get you guys with the forbidden planet.
Do you remember the forbidden juice?
Do you think they have nice girls over there? Like, not like the ones like in downtown Las Vegas? No, I'm just kidding. The forbidden planet.
Yeah, the forbidden planet is...
It does sound like a strip club.
So actually, probably worse than it.
Oh, dude, we got strip club stories.
There's this Neptune desert. So, and this all kind of ties together into one lump. So I want to get it over with before I forget how it ties together. But check this out. Let me paint the whole situation. The forbidden planet is one that they found in this area they call the Neptune Desert. So, you know, Neptune's really far off and cold and watery. Okay. And then we've got this asteroid belt. Everything on the inside of the asteroid belt is dry and rocky.
Dude, I had all that shit last year. That's all last year's Prada shit, right?
All right, get ready. It's getting supreme.
The asteroid belt. The Neptune Desert pants. All right. Come on, man.
And then we got the supreme planets below that, beyond the asteroid belt, that are all big and watery. They're like the fat farm. The weird thing is that we're living on one that's inside the rocky territory, just inside that, but it's still got a bunch of water on it. So the idea was like, where the hell did the water come from? Because supposedly the best bet on where the moon came from is that planet-like fella in the early formation of this, what do you call it, around the
solar system.
Thank you. That was that tripped me up. So a Mars-sized thing bumped into Earth, and it knocked enough off that the moon happened. Because the moon is a sixth the size of the Earth. We have a really big moon compared to other planets.
You're basically saying Earth and Mars, like, you know, they
something Mars size.
They bumped into each other and they create a little moon baby.
Something Mars size, yeah. Because Mars isn't quite the size of Earth, but like still huge. But it's not as small as the moon. The moon's a whole sixth of the Earth. It's close.
Don't put down the
not
Mars in its size, man. Come on.
So now there's a fresh debate that you guys are going to hear both sides of in the upcoming year, because we're breaking this.
Earth versus Mars. Who does the moon really belong to? You know, the Earth's got full custody.
Mars hasn't been making its child support payments. Yeah.
So wait, how does this connect with these other Earth-like planets that we're talking about?
Yeah, where's the aliens
Here's the
at?
deal.
Where's the alien women at?
Theia. How would you guys say that?
That sounds like a hood.
Thea?
That's a hood planet.
Hey, where's she at? Where's Theia at?
You don't know how hood this planet is. This is the name. No, get ready. Not even kidding. That's the name of the planet that was about Mars size, that supposedly anciently bumped into us to knock the moon off of us. The fresh theory right now is that planet was hella wet, that it was one from the wet planets, and that's how we got all our water.
So this planet just came and hit our planet. It was just like splash. Here's
away.
a lot of water. You guys have a moon now.
Yeah,
I'm out.
exactly.
Like a sploosh.
Now, notice your mocking tone with this, and that's what I'm getting into. This has been reported like as if that's the main theory for how we got our water now. But it turns out there's no...
Theia peed on us.
There's rocks on the Earth that we know didn't come from the Earth initially, that came from this planet that most likely crashed into the Earth to make the moon. And the moon is made out of rocky stuff. None of it is made out of the crap that the wet planets are made out of. Not only that, but there could have been water in the clay that Earth just always had. So that's still the predominant theory from the experts, even though the new all the rage theory is that Theia
just dumped a bunch of water on
was a wet planet that hit us. But most likely, it was another rocky planet because it's really, really hard for one of those planets from out there to work their way in without Jupiter gobbling them. And that's why Jupiter has so many moons.
Jupiter just gobbles up shit.
Gobbles them up. But if the planet...
moons.
Yeah, but if the planet came from Rocky Town, like it most likely did, it was already partying with us. That's what probably happened. So beware the fake space news. There's fake space news.
Theia.
Yeah. So
is this what NASA?
So here's where I tie it. Here's where I tie it back to the Forbidden Planet.
Thanks, NASA.
So now to confirm this extra, to fit along with this extra, and completely news adjacent to this that ended up going on. So we discovered all these planets that are in Earth zones and Earth sizes. And one of them might even be like Earth compatible out of like 14 of them or something they found in these hundreds of planets they found.
They're going to come together?
Ooh.
So
we're going to make more moons.
They found one forbidden planet. Here's what's wacky about the forbidden planet.
This is the one that Earth's having an affair on Theia with?
Well, it's in the Neptune.
Making Mars all jealous and shit.
I don't even know how to roll with that.
Yeah.
Let me put it together, and then you can make relationship jokes about it in context. So
I'm trying.
The Forbidden Planet's a wet one, and it's where the dry ones are supposed to be on this star. Just to jump right to it. That's it. Like there's this Neptune desert where wet planets normally have their atmosphere burned off, like all of the other ones besides Earth that are this close to the sun. And we found a wet one over there, a Neptune-like planet where Neptune planets shouldn't be. Most likely, it just had a ton of wet atmosphere that already got burned away. Mm-hmm. It's just still burning away. It had so much to spare. So that's probably what. And there's only this one.
How much atmosphere do we got to spare?
Yeah, and the fact that there's only one of these makes it even less likely that Theia was a wet fella.
Theia.
So she was probably a dry fella coming from the inside.
Maybe she has some. Maybe she was a cold bitch and was covered in ice. Or has some ice on her. Crashed in, you know?
The level of hype about it, too.
Who came out with these
where
news? Where's this news coming from? Is this like straight from NASA or what?
I've got...
Dustin stayed up all night researching all these talking points.
Is this like Alex Jones?
So NBC
I wish.
busted out the wet Theia news. And at the very end, in the last paragraph, they cited an expert talking about how the water was probably already there in the clay. Then I did a little bit of deeper dive and confirmed that there's a lot more evidence.
What kind of research did you do to confirm this? Did you send your probe to Theia?
So NBC is just like, fuck it, we're gonna make up news.
Like, yeah, exactly. NBC is like, we're gonna take and focus the crazy version of this, whereas every other article I read on it put it in like a context that actually made sense. That like, nah, NBC just went crazy here. So look out for people quoting NBC for this craziness. We didn't have a wet Theia. Yeah. Something probably hit us to knock off the moon, but it was probably dry. So correct your friends arrogantly.
The moon is round, the Earth's flat.
Yeah, and it's at the very end of their you had to read their whole article to get to the part that's probably true about it.
Tomato, Theia.
Oh man.
So that's that chunk. There's one other chunk with that, and that's that also we kind of figured that supernovas might have made people walk upright because when people were living mainly in trees or proto-people, that's also why it's really healthy to hang from your arms because we had a more recent ancestor that hung from its arms a lot in trees. So supernovas happen.
Birkenstocks?
Yes, primitive ones out of grasses. So supernovas back in the day could cause a ton of lightning. And the lightning would burn swaths of trees, leaving us with like this meadowlands to live in. And living in that kind of territory, we'd be walking upright rather than swinging from trees so much. So like part of how we're shaped as people might have had to do with supernovas. So that's another fun chunk.
Cool.
Supernova, Birkenstocks.
But the piece
For your
of
hands.
the piece of space news that I think you guys would enjoy the most, that we can spend the most time on now that we've like gotten out the stuff that makes this an educational show. Did you guys know how much the Apollo astronauts cussed, especially before Apollo 11?
No.
I mean, I'm
Like
sure a
until
lot.
the spotlight was on them for the landing on 11, they flew around the moon. They did all kinds of other pre-landing on the moon like adventures, right? They went around it a couple times. They got gradually, but through the whole time, they cussed like military people. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's just some fucking
There's like audio files? Or?
Yeah.
I've got transcripts though, and through hundreds of pages of transcripts, you can't scroll more than a couple pages without finding at least a S or F bomb. It's so great.
Right.
So
That's probably the mechanics of the crew, you know. Like they have always the bad mouth.
no, the people flying.
Everyone.
Gus Grissom, just
Lance Armstrong.
You found my link to the
Yeah, I have
Lance Armstrong.
and his
Look,
3 testicles.
there's a shit right here at 50/50.
There it is. Oh shit! Actual quote from the transcript. Just picked it out.
Who are these people though?
These are the astronauts, man.
Yeah, but what are they? Freaking
I'm not sure which
Which
Apollo
which
mission this
people-
is.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, I
it's
don't
several
know.
of them.
Astronaut is fucking which?
I think this is
this
Apollo 10. So this is the one just before the moon landing one.
Yeah, who the hell were those guys?
So
Who
this
are
is
those?
like...
Give me the transcripts
second.
of when they were burning up in Apollo 1, all right?
I think we launched
Ah,
with-
fuck!
Oh my God.
Shit!
I think we launched with. I know Apollo 1.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If you don't
Fucking
know,
shit, fucking burning! Get the fuck out of here!
Like,
3
no
people burned to
transcript?
death in the
Because it,
thing
it
in
like
Apollo
literally
1.
happened
Yeah.
so fast. Like
There is a transcript, and they actually weren't as vulgar because it only took them 17 seconds to perish.
They're like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're too focused on
tried.
You
grabbing
tried.
valves and trying to depressurize. Supposedly the valves under his seat, he broke both of them trying to depressurize to quench the
Damn.
fires with his
Yeah.
glove.
Well, at least it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would rather die very quickly.
Yeah,
That'd
but then
be
they
ideal.
didn't get to go to the moon,
Yeah.
though.
Unfortunately, I have to die one day at a time.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Dying one day
I mean,
at
I
a
guess it's better than
time.
dying on the top of what's essentially a missile. Like, yeah, who the fuck, like, just like that? You know those guys, because like, who the fuck's just like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna sit on top of a missile
Should
and
you
launch
guys-
yourself into space. Yeah,
Yes, but get the garbage bag. Okay, leave them. There it is. Oh shit. Just having trouble controlling things, that's all.
No big deal.
that just sounds like a weird like text, like you to like a roommate or like a girlfriend or some shit.
That's probably how it felt to them.
These
Right.
transcripts are really trippy. It's just not how you would script it. It's just like you'd think they were truckers up in space.
Space trucking.
Yeah. That would be.
Space trucking.
Oh.
Come on.
That would be the show.
Come on! We almost got killed by bikers.
Yeah.
Like, space.
Shout out to Spacey Blur.
How did you almost
Shout out to Eyeball and Kneecap.
You guys almost got killed by bikers.
Oh, yeah.
Named
Northern
Eyeball and
Nevada
Kneecap.
is a lot different than Southern Nevada.
Yeah.
throw me another Northern Nevada story? I know you guys came with a handful.
Oh yeah, so we went on 2 tours since we've like last been on.
I'll
the
just
show,
interject
so.
with astronaut cussing while you tell the story.
So this last tour we just did recently, we went to Ely, Elko, Reno. and
Wait, where'd you
Carson
play
City.
in Ely?
We played it
At a biker bar?
This is where we almost got killed by bikers. It was Club Rio. Shout outs to Club Rio. They took good care of us.
They did.
Even though
They
the
didn't kill us.
the patrons tried to almost, they threatened our lives for sure.
How did that exchange happen though? I need.
Well, so
Set
I exhumed June Carter's corpse and proceeded to fornicate with her, and these bikers just found it completely offensive. You know.
How did you get access to it?
It was just all through the wings of just doing karaoke and singing Ring of Fire. And
So you did karaoke in a way they found
and I got
disrespectful?
Kanye Wested by a gentleman named Eyeball.
Kanye West has done a lot of weird things, so I'm not sure which.
Like, you know what he did to Taylor Swift?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Where they grab the mic.
Yeah.
Well, what he's really trying to say is that we booked the show the same night as a biker rally,
Oh.
and that was the biker bar.
And you're showing
so
up
they're
to
having
their
all
whole
these
thing.
like biker ceremonies, like they're
Yeah,
giving these
initiation.
gifts, they're doing initiations,
Oh,
and we're
no.
playing music in the background.
Oh.
So like they're coming up
Music
talking
they
shit. They're
didn't
like,
like.
"Oh, we like music. What kind of music do you do?" And we're like, "Oh, fuck."
Well, you gotta think. Before we even went to the bar, we were standing by the car unloading, and we're seeing all these bikers walking to the bar with hammers hanging out their pockets.
Yeah,
and,
this is a weird
and
thing. Like, they all
knives
walked there. There was no bikes. There
There
was
was
bikers.
no-
but
there was a
bikers
tour bus
without
down the
bikes.
street. I don't know if they came in a tour bus, but there were a couple of tour buses there, right?
That's true.
No bikes though.
Yeah, that's why we were like, they were so hardcore and badass to us. But I was like, you fools didn't even show up on bikes. Like,
So we play our music for a grand total of about 30 minutes combined between 3 acts. Spacey Blair never actually got to go, but he was really committed about going.
Sorry.
He thought he was going to win them over, but
no, they just hated us by
they
then.
hated us. So after we played, they proceeded to go into karaoke night, and Spacey Blair does space trucking, to which one of the bikers walks up and gives him like the cut like throat symbol, which Spacey took as like he thought he was killing it.
But it didn't help that we were like right there cheering for him. Like,
Yeah, we were cheering because he was like pointing at them. He was like, "Come on, come on!" They didn't take that. And so then I proceeded to go up and do Johnny Cash, and it's already bad. I get about 1.5 verses in, and like I said, you would think that I would exhume June Carter's corpse and fucking
Why did
proceed
they
to
plan-
fornicate with her.
Who runs this biker bar that they'd allow karaoke during these ceremonies?
No, this is after the karaoke's after the
Okay.
ceremony.
But they just book bands during the ceremony.
No,
This was a shit show.
I think they forgot that we were supposed to play that day.
Yeah.
But we
man.
still snuck in there.
We got paid.
We had a drink.
And we stayed at the bar, so like
Really?
all night we have to. They're partying until 4 a.m. and
they were underneath
our
the
room
bar
is
in the fucking
downstairs. So
basement.
anytime we have to go to the car or go to the store, we have to go walk past all the bikers again, and then go down there. And I'm like,
Oh,
but it
man.
was cool. There was a big basement we slept in.
Nice.
It was chill. They were really nice. They took care of us.
Yeah, the bar owners were awesome. It was just our planning of biker rally weekend.
And
Yeah,
Ely, Nevada.
Well, we're lucky we didn't stay the next night because remember the
Hell's Angels were
Hells
coming the
Angels are
next
coming
day.
the next night.
Oh, God.
It was gonna be like 3 times as many bikers apparently next night.
On actual
But-
bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, probably.
So it could have been worse.
Yeah. So the next night we were in Elko, and Elko was cool. The Elko, they really took care of us. Come to find out, they celebrate Cinco de Mayo in Elko on Cuatro de Mayo.
Nice.
That's a really cool cultural thing they got going on.
I guess so.
They were throwing candy out for
Yeah,
a
they were
mile,
throwing some
dude.
other things out too.
There's a few racist comments in there.
Bye. Yeah.
Nice.
It was funny. Aaron, we go inside the bar. We're unloading our gear, and Aaron goes, he goes, "Why is there a parade?" She goes, "Cinco de Mayo," and Aaron goes, "But it's the 4th of May." And this old lady just looks back at him. She's like, "No."
But it's Cinco de Mayo, and I'm like, yeah, but it's the 4th.
Maybe they're Star Wars fans. Who knows?
You guys, so there's this chunk in here where this guy's talking about how you have to like aim the nose down and do this thing if you pee because the pee pushes the thing a certain way. And I never think about pee. And then there's this argument here about like, oh shit, what they did, they made it. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. And 2 people are like, oh yes you are, you're supposed to do it. And then it seems like, oh no, what's going on? But put more water in it. Oh, and then there's air at the bottom of my water. So you get this situation where like there's this thing and he wants water and there's air, like, you know, usually in a water bottle there's air at the top of it. Imagine you're like, oh, I've got this water and there's air in the bottom of it. I'm just tripping because things get upside down in space.
It's true.
I
don't know if I conveyed that right at all.
No,
I
because
just
the
tripped on
first thing you
something.
said was
It's
about
very
pee,
confusing. I have no
and
idea
I
what
was
you're talking about.
imagining,
Well, I'm imagining
pee
in
and
space.
floating, like you know when like you throw something and it's
Yeah.
just float. Like I was imagining, like him
The pee getting
peeing,
out,
and he's like,
all
"Oh god, oh god, oh, there's pee,
There's
floating."
pee everywhere, and it just starts spreading out into like a mist.
Using
Yeah.
your pee to like project yourself through the spaceship. Just like-
They had to aim it differently because of the pee.
I would still write my name though. So
I think the trippiest thing would be to like sleeping in
Maybe a little
space
harder.
because they just like strap themselves in, and it's like
yeah.
that would be weird. Sleeping in space, I think, would be the weirdest. Like,
well,
Yeah.
They probably got
Well,
drugs.
what the thing is, so
Drugs.
every word that they murmur in space is being recorded back to Major Control Tom.
Oh hell no!
Oh,
it's
everything.
control time.
Even like-
Do you think that? Again, the guys on the space station. Do you think they have sex in space?
Yeah,
You
I was
guys-
just gonna bring that up.
Space
next.
sex.
There's another level that you didn't even realize.
You gotta-
Back then, the SpaceX, you couldn't.
Was it gay? It was all gay space sex. Huh?
It's like prison. Like it's all.
There's a
It
lot
was
of
all
female,
dudes.
There's a
It
lot
was
of
all
female
dudes.
astronauts in the
Yeah,
space shuttle
not
era.
until like the 80s though.
Yeah. So okay, not only was all this
And
transmitted,
like not even cute ones until like the 2000s.
Wow.
but check it out.
Yeah.
Here's the other layer. Not only was all this transmitted, but the audio wasn't encrypted. It wasn't digital or anything. It was analog audio that every country could listen in on.
That's tight. Oh, Johnny.
So they could hear the SpaceX.
All the space communication could be tuned in by people with.
But
the
what
right
about
Out of,
signal.
just out of
SpaceX,
nowhere, like,
can
oh,
you
what's
now-
going on in space? And they're
SpaceX,
just, like,
no, it's all
fucking-
digital now. that's
But
that's
do you
encrypted
think-
now.
do you
That's
think-
like WhatsApp going
do
up
you
there
think,
now.
Do you think like the astronauts have had sex in space?
For sure.
For sure.
I'm sure they figured it out. I don't know. I actually watched one show on space, and they talked about that, and they said it's kind of like
tight.
difficult.
Well, I
can
mean, they're
imagine,
like
because zero
floating
G-
away.
Yeah.
and
There's
come
been a
back.
couple.
Yeah, exactly.
The
So,
ISS
like,
has had a couple on it before, right?
Yeah.
I don't
think
really
so.
know. I just thought
Look
that
us
was a
up.
thing.
You got
I
the
mean,
internet in front of your
There's
face.
I don't wanna
there's
waste your
there's a
time
group of
on that.
Don't
engineers.
waste my time on
There's
this.
a group of
We're
engineers.
talking about space stuff, right?
I want to know about like
Space
space
stuff.
fights. You know, like
Yeah,
they're
space
like
fights.
mad at each other, but you can't really hurt each
crazy.
other because there's like. Ugh, and then
Planned
they're
att-
floating
there was
away.
planned
That would be pretty
attempts.
rad, though.
It's like a
Space fight
slow
would be
motion fight.
insane.
Space
Okay.
jousting. It's flying
The two
hella
suit
slow.
is a garment designed to facilitate low effort sex in weightless environments. So there's a
Whoa.
suit
They figured
designed
Low
for.
effort. Yeah.
They
All about that low effort.
NASA, dude, NASA's freaking on the cutting edge of freaking technology.
Right. No, but you wouldn't think it would be hard in 0G, but it turns out it's actually.
Do you think
I
they
can't-
have safe
I can't
sex in
find
space?
a like
Safe
official.
sex in space.
I can't find official evidence that it's happened, but I know someone's probably
That picture is
had
awesome.
a gentleman's moment in
Let me
space.
see.
I
Can you
know, that
transfer
looks
this over
They're
here?
romantic.
like floating away, trying to
No.
pull each other in.
No, I'll show it
They
here.
come back.
Just those romantic folks. Hold on, they're behind the chat right now.
But they're like, it looks like they're trying to like pull each other in, but they're floating away.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, even if you're trying to control each other, you're still gonna like bounce around as a group.
You'd have to like, yeah, you'd have to try to corner up on like a piece of the wall.
And like you gotta hold one section.
You'd have to have like a friend
gotta
help
mount, right?
you. You'd
Yeah.
have to have a friend help push your back.
Yeah. It's a group effort. It's a group effort.
Hold my back
SpaceX
so I
is
can get
best
it
done
in.
in a group.
Corners though.
Space orgies.
Hold
You
me in
guys-
the corner so I can get it in
Whether
the right way.
whether it's the back of a car or a couch, it's all about corners. Because
Or
you have
in-
two angles that come at you. I'm not to be
No,
like
fuck that. You got to do it in like that
authoritative
cool
about
pod, you know, that's got all the windows in the International Space Station.
up in the bay window.
Yeah.
Floating around.
Yeah.
not?
Just like
This is
so
magical.
all of Earth to see.
Yep. Oh, cool. There's the Earth. Oh,
This idea is very
yeah,
magical.
yeah. There's the Earth. Yeah. I love the Earth.
That would be pretty cool though. Even if it was uncomfortable and not very good.
Fuck the
Yeah.
Mile High Club.
Imagine that'll be like one of the first like space tourism things. It's just like go up for a couple hours and have sex in space. And, like that'll be just
That-
for
well,
There's
that-
probably like
$5
some
grand or
For
something.
sure.
weirdos.
I mean, if there's people that are already paying like what, a couple $1 million to like be some of the first like space tourists, yeah.
I'd like a private room. That's all you
Yeah,
have to
I
say
like-
for space
yeah.
loving.
So
You think they have the weirdo like in space that like thought it would be
Just wants
funny
to
to
jerk
jack
off.
off, and then it's just like waiting to see who it's gonna hit.
If I'm gonna spend the money to be in orbit, I'm not leaving and going back to Earth without having one rubbed out. I went to orbit. Are you kidding? And I'm not gonna make that an event
It's
to
hitting
remember.
someone, all right.
Holy
Landed
crap.
on someone.
Even if I have to like go in the bathroom for a minute, I mean, can you?
Leave it for the next person.
Certainly, you've all had an instance in an airplane restroom where you're just like, this might be the last time I get to fly in an airplane. I was younger and I was like, well, hey, I'm in the air. I'm flying through the air at 500 miles an hour. This is going to be the most meaningful gentleman's
that's a
time
Mile High
ever.
Club, right?
I don't think
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
Have you
It's way harder than you'd imagine. Because you get bumbling around.
Dude,
you hit your
peeing in an
head.
airplane is hard enough.
Yeah.
Haven't jerked off in an airplane?
Not yet.
You haven't fried on like 6 hits of acid on an airplane?
Oh God,
Not
no.
yet.
No. I would not do that.
Okay, all right. Maybe I've done a lot of things that people haven't done on airplanes.
Have you jerked off on an airplane?
I've done 6 hits of acid on an airplane.
That's not the same. That's literally
That's
easier.
just a bad idea.
No way.
So you guys,
I mean, those bathrooms are tight though. You know.
I just have to say before we move completely off of space that there's 150 S words in the in the NASA.
Shit.
Yeah, I just had to give you the final count. But
All right,
check it
let's
out.
jump into it's that time. It's the halfway mark.
Yeah, that's the submarine of news. Chug.
Commercial slug.
Oh,
Hey everybody, for the past few months we've been telling you about Brothers Pizza. You know, the place that's located at 7575 South Rainbow. We've told you about how amazing their pizza is, how awesome it is that they stay open late, and that on Tuesdays it's 50-cent wing night, and now it's boneless wing night on Thursdays. It just keeps getting better and better. Brothers Pizza is the home of the 30-inch pie, killer pasta, sandwiches, hamburgers, salads, and more. The best part is when you call in and order for pickup and mention RadioVegas.rocks, you'll get 10% off your order. You want another reason to go check out Brothers Pizza? Well, if you order a lunch special off of our app, you're going to earn your way to a free personal pizza. That's right. Check out the RadioVegas.rocks app loyalty program. Check out Brothers Pizza. 10 punches, you'll get that free personal pizza. And join us on June 15th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. down at Brothers Pizza, located at 7575, for again another fun day out in the sun as we give away a pizza an hour. That's June 15th from 11 to 4 p.m. Brothers Pizza, 7575 South Rainbow. Hopefully we'll see you there. What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View. By the smell alone, you're gonna know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Yeah, winning awards, Jesse Ray's. Winning awards, Jesse Ray's. Ooh! Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's enough, right?
All right, dicks. I told you to register for the free Aerosmith tickets by clicking on the link for the Radio Vegas Rocks app, and then simply register your name and phone number under the VIP tab. To punish you, dicks, I'm gonna play Janie's Got a Gun on my hand flute while I explain again how great this contest through Radio Vegas Rocks truly is. This is free airfare, free hotel accommodations, and 2 VIP tickets on the actual stage. You're on the stage watching Aerosmith play. If one of you dicks win these tickets and you have no one to go with, I'll go with you. I would love to see if Aerosmith on stage turtle, even if you win. As long as you promise you don't roofie my drink, you don't have sex with my dead corpse. Hopefully he doesn't make my skin into some sort of apparatus he wears around his face. I'll even stay with you. All you have to do is download the Radio Vegas Rocks app and register under the VIP tab of the app to win.
Download the Radio Vegas Rocks app right now.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what's going on. Oh, we're going to talk about Golden Tiki real quick, because Golden Tiki is an awesome bar that's on Spring Mountain.
Don't steal the
there's
ashtrays.
props there that are from Disney Imagineers. There's like leftover robot birds from the Tiki Room.
Don't steal the ashtrays.
Don't steal the ashtrays. Don't steal the ashtrays. But no, they're known for really cool ashtrays. And there's a barrel with a fire inside of it, just casually over in this back area. Golden Tiki. It's a seriously rad deal.
I still haven't gone. I've actually really wanted to go.
I haven't gone. The same dude's around pie.
I've heard really good things from friends that have gone there. I just haven't gone.
Yeah, they've been buddies for a minute, hosted some awesome station parties. They're made the coolest pictures of them you can check out. And all right, do we have one more?
No.
Yeah, there's a rule where, like, if you have to burp, you're supposed to make it seem like it's as painful as possible so that the audience has the schadenfreude of, like, enjoying your suffering, so they're not disgusted because of the suffering enjoyment. Anyway, so we're back already? Whee! This is the Greasy Conversation talk show on RadioVegas.rocks. Mention RadioVegas.rocks to any of the sponsors for magical things to happen.
Here with Chocolate Jesus.
Yeah, thank you for the little snack, the pizza and the wings, man. I'm feeling the greasiness all over me now.
Oh, that reminds me. We don't want to thank us. We want to thank Albo Pizza. ALBO. Albo Pizza.
That's from the hood right there.
They're a new friend, and we encourage you to check them out because they've fed us amazingly today. I'm sorry if I'm overdoing the echo. I neglected it for a couple episodes, and I'm really in love with it. So I hope you can enjoy it with me.
You don't have to apologize for shit.
Yeah, I need to make it come on the monitor for you guys so you can enjoy it too, because in my headphones it's luscious.
So what about this Air Force base in, what is it, in Arizona? That they were just doing some sky tracing, and they made a penis-shaped object in the sky with their chemtrails.
A UFO?
Yeah, it was a penis-shaped UFO.
No, the best was the official post about it from the Air Force.
Air Force Times.
Air Force Times?
Oh man, get this.
Air Force says are bad.
Says that F-35 sky penis above Luke Air Force Base wasn't intended to be sky penis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, all it needs is one little.
You know that guy got in trouble.
Jet shooting out of the end of it, and it's a full-on penis. It's pretty penis-like.
I feel like they could have done it better though. That's not a very good penis.
Yeah, it's not very good.
That's
I don't know how difficult skywriting like that is. Maybe he's not up on the craft, you know.
I love that the Air Force.
That they officially posted it.
This is the Air Force's. Look at the blue check mark. That F-35 sky penis above Luke AFB wasn't intended to be sky penis. Base says.
Well, I wonder if this angle isn't really good. If you're directly under it, you'd be like, that's a giant sky penis.
Yeah,
you know?
It looks penile from here. It looks
Yeah.
pretty phallic. But apparently there's some dogfight that makes that shape. Do you remember when we posted or reported on a entirely different sky penis about 9 months ago? You guys, if you cruise season 2,
I haven't kept up on my.
it might even be in the nudes.
My sky penis memory is failing me right now.
It might even be in the notes. It came out as nudes. It might even be in the nudes for the episode in season. I had to be season 2, which season 2 coincidentally.
Shout out to Sky Vagina.
Chocolate Jesus bookended season 2.
Yeah.
You guys were the first and last guests on season 2.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the other Sky Penis season. It might have been.
Yeah, this
3,
is
though.
our 3rd time being here.
Hell
this
yeah.
is Dustin's first time actually being on any sort of radio thing with us.
He's always traveling.
Did you guys just say his real name for the first time in public history?
We don't even say my real name in public.
We'll bleep it out, right?
I really thought the way you spell the Cecil Perrin, I thought it had to be your real name because it's not initially intuitive to say. But does it have some secret Egyptian? Is it ancient Egyptian for butt plug or something sassy like that?
Something like that.
I didn't Google it yet. I wanted to.
The mystery
to
abounds. Nice.
Yeah, I'm the only one that goes by their real name. Well, you guys have to hide.
A lot, apparently.
Sky penis. All right.
All right. So,
I have criminal records.
according to scientists, according probably to a scientist, is what it sounds like from this article.
Is this a picture of the scientist? Is that the scientist?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh no! What article is this? I gotta pull it up.
It's towards the bottom of the notes. But he says we'll be able to recreate real dinosaurs in 5 to 10 years.
Let's do it. Jurassic Park looking.
And this is actually the guy. This is actually the guy's name's Dr. Jack Horner.
This literally has been proven through the Jurassic Park movies that it's a bad idea.
and this guy,
the scientist?
Yeah,
he looks like a guy that's taken way too much acid in his life.
And
he's not even looking at he's just looking down.
This looks like a fetal
picture
puppy.
of him at a talk or something.
This just looks like a fetal puppy.
Probably normally looks like that.
But he's actually
that's the picture of the dude that fucking from the shooting here and shit. It's just him it's oh yeah, it's just the guy that killed all your friends and family.
He's all blah blah blah.
This guy's gonna be of you dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these people?
Apparently, this guy is
Facebook profiles like the rest of us.
who the old rich guy in Jurassic Park was modeled after. He's a paleontologist, and he claims that it won't be too long before we can just hatch dinosaurs.
I don't think you should play with things like that.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, did you watch the movie? Like, that's anytime any news about, like, recreating dinosaurs comes up, I'm like, look, I love dinosaurs as a kid, but nah.
That's like me. Like, I go hiking in Red Rock a lot by myself. I don't want to be, like, hiking and then, like, a fucking... raptor just starts running at
I have a fix for that. I have a fix for that whole movie.
You know the whole raptor spray?
Life will find a way, and one of them, like, frog DNA's its gender different or whatever. You just make one of each. Why do you have to be greedy? If you only make one of each kind of dinosaur, it's not going to breed with some other weird-shaped one. They're not all dogs, you know? They're like, if birds can't breed that are weird-shaped to each other and make a thing, also they're all going to have feathers.
But life finds a way. So one of them is going to sleep with another kind. It's just inevitable, right? They're going to get drunk
and
at
they're
an
gonna
office
make
party.
a little baby moon.
All right.
Like another species.
Yeah.
It'll be like one of those donkey mules, the donkey mules that can't give birth.
A burrow?
Yeah, the burrow mule, the mule burrows. Burrows.
Oh, this is
Burritos?
probably weird, but do they have any human examples of that working out? Like, has a human fucked an animal and, like, it's worked?
I don't think so.
I'm just.
Isn't that where AIDS come from?
Well, because they have but they have animals that are not like what's the?
I've heard
where
like
two different
conspiracies.
animals
I've heard of
have
like
sex and they have a weird baby, but that baby
interspecies.
can't have a baby.
Well, that baby's always sterile.
I've heard of like there being like human goat hybrids.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Is there?
I've heard.
Just for organ harvesting. Well, what else would you do with it?
Yeah, that's true. No, there's ligers and shit. There's
Yeah,
a
that's
few
what I'm
different,
saying.
like
Like the
cross-species.
animals, but you know, there's weirdo
I don't think there's any with
that-
humans.
Oh,
No.
there's people that fuck
And
goats.
I don't
for sure.
think there's.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have like goat humans.
Goat human babies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard.
I would love
there's like
to
a
meet
picture
one.
of like a goat with like a human like face and shit.
I would love to
I'm
meet
just pretty sure.
I had a roommate like that.
No one's really been testing that. Oh man.
I just can't get over this picture where
That guy looks like I would not trust this
I don't
guy.
trust
If you
this
look at this picture, this guy looks like he's like coming down off acid.
Well, you guys ever heard about like frame face or like if you freeze frame pretty much anyone talking, you're more likely to get a frame where they look wacky. It
Yeah,
looks like
totally.
whoever got like, oh, we need a picture of this guy. Let's picture like just grab the frame from a video of him where he looks the most asleep. And use like who would want that picture of them there? He looks like he's passing out against his will, and then there's like a fetal dog in the upper right with a giant wiener. No fetus needs to have a giant wiener like that.
Whoa.
Not the tail, but look behind the tail. There's like a big old there's a sack the size
Dinosaurs
of
be
his
packing.
nose. Yeah,
Dinosaurs be packing. Oh,
and
yeah.
it looks. Why would you just use like a fetal puppy? I don't know. Maybe it's got
I
bird
have no
feet.
idea.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the first internet video.
The feet are wrong. I don't know if it's a puppy. It looks like a puppy.
It's
Anyway,
a cross between a
Man
puppy and an
dies
alligator.
trying to fuck
you
dinosaurs.
guys, gator puppies. Behold,
All right.
Gator puppies.
I
gator
found
puppies.
I found this story. It's very brief. Doesn't have a ton of information, but it just sounds funny. A 5-year-old brought crack to a preschool, and it was a Catholic preschool.
Good. Guy hustling.
That's
Guy
weird.
hustling.
Yeah, right. You know, you
He's
gotta start
hustling.
early.
Who snitched on him?
Gotta
the
build. That's
pictures?
what I want to know.
Snitched on him.
Gotta build that empire, right? Gotta start young.
Hey, he knows they got money. They're in Catholic school.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, some of them at least.
But I guess he said like someone just gave him the bag and told him to hold it, which I'm like, hey, that's clever, man.
I've told my mom that before. when I
Right?
got caught up.
Kid's smart, man. Kid's smart. I didn't tell him that at 5 years old, but you know, I mean, he's a real prodigy right there. Just,
Guys, I think it might be that time.
That kid's going places.
It's been about a decade. I think I can reveal to you some of my amazing weed hiding places back when you had to hide weed.
Okay.
There was, you guys remember GameCube?
hell
So this GameCube, it wasn't where you'd lift the lid and see a disc. You just saw a regular disc there. You had to, it wasn't, those ports on the bottom, how there was like these lids and these other ports, and you could totally pop up one of those lids and like hide stuff because you never use those ports in the bottom of a GameCube. They barely made anything that hooks to them. But there's this big old empty space under these ports. Not there either. I gutted the whole thing to where there was this hidden like latch behind one of those lids on the bottom where one of the ports would be. So if you opened the lid on the bottom, it was this screw thing that looked like it was just integral into how it was held together. But if you pushed it to the side, the whole thing like hinged open.
What?
And there was like still like a fan by the vent, and it was just super legit.
Dang.
But
you
that
took apart your GameCube to hide weed in it?
oh yeah, because this was like even then.
What kind of parents did you have? Like,
Dude,
how were they looking?
No, when I first met Waz, he had some like crazy contraptions for hiding weed. Just like in his car, and it's just like.
Hey, I mean, he always has some crazy contraptions for smoking
puzzles.
weed. So.
You guys,
yeah, it's true.
None of them compare it to the CD player scale, though.
Oh
so
yeah, that thing was
I have a
pretty
portable
legit.
CD player that you might know.
Oh.
You know the part that has the laser and the disc part is a separate part that's on little springies?
Yeah.
So that part, instead of being on little rubber feet, it was free floating on this metal bar that bends to measure weight inside a scale. So I gutted a scale and put its little buttons and screen. The CD player had a screen on its lid, right? So I cut out the screen of the CD player, and then the CD player's buttons I wired to the buttons of the scale, and the scale's screen I put it where the CD player's screen was, and just cut the circuit board around both of them so they fit next to each other. Covered that up, and then anything you put on the top of the disc would scale on the screen on the top of the CD player.
Yeah,
No, not past
crazy.
it still works to this day.
That's
It's been
some
tossed all
Waz
around.
techie
Yeah.
shit. That's crazy.
All that like homemade, just
genius.
That is like
Yeah.
some shit you would never get
You
caught
should
with.
sell
for
that
sure.
to like smoke
That's a
shops or
crazy
something.
concept.
The laser is still fixed there under the thing, so if you remove the
What?
disc, it looks like a
It's
normal
still
platter.
You should make patents on these shit.
Yeah,
Waz.
what the
Your
fuck,
shit
Waz?
would be in every
was-
smoke shop.
Really hard to build. That's why I never built another one. Though.
That's why you just
It's like
take
hundreds
the-
of dollars of labor.
No, not in Chinese sweatshops.
No, there's,
true, very
Wait,
true.
So would you bring that every time you bought weed, or were you like selling it, or?
I was hella selling it, but mainly to dispensaries at the time. Until in 2010, they wiped them all out. So I was grabbing pounds from Northern California, many of which were in MacBook G5. Remember the ones with the handles on them and stuff? The Quicksilver G5?
Yeah.
It was the silver version of those ones that were like teal colored. And it was modified so that big pull handle that opens up the side, there's a lock that you could put on this push tab in the back of it. And I rigged it so you had to push that tab in to allow it to unlatch. So it was like this puzzle to open the thing, but it still hella looked like a computer, and it was the right weight and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, that thing was great. I remember that.
It's still like an end table at my house now.
That's some ingenuity. I thought I was
Yeah.
a genius for spray painting my water bottle bong gold, and everybody hitting that, But that's nothing.
That's magical though. You got that gold.
Oh, it was a
gold
bong
smoke.
10,000, man. Everyone was so hyped in high school to hit that. Insane.
Do you guys ever make a piece out of like hardware store stuff? Like the valves and shit, like the carb is this valve you twist. It looks like a saxophone. And I got this like shower head. You could like adjust the flow of the shower head, and it didn't need a screen or anything. It had these tiny holes. It's
Oh, wow.
perfect. Yeah.
That's
It was so
gnarly.
awesome.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I love that all this
DIY.
talk was during a picture of a lion with a Dare t-shirt that apparently drugs were hidden in.
Oh, that lion was sneaking drugs this whole time?
Yeah, this
I know.
Dare lion.
I feel like a lot of people like learned more about like and wanted to do drugs.
Like, or
from
how to buy drugs from Dare. I feel like I learned how to buy drugs from
Yeah,
Dare.
you knew how to identify.
Like, oh, that guy is a drug dealer. Tight.
They're like, just look
What you
out, look
got?
out for the skeevy dude with Funyuns in his back pocket, eating a churro with tie dye.
The thing that was really helpful that they should continue though is that you don't want to get ripped off when your health is involved. You don't want to be given like fentanyl or something when you think you're having Molly. And that kind of knowledge is what people need if we're not going to legalize and regulate anything.
I wonder how Dare is now, like how if they approach it differently now to the younger generation, because they must be like, yo, it's fucked. They're gonna do drugs anyway. Let's at least educate them on that.
Yeah, they should.
You
Well,
know,
I think
they
that's where
should.
like companies like Dance Safe and stuff come
I
into
hope
play.
they do.
You know?
Shit
Dance
like that.
Safe. Hell yeah, Dance Safe. If you guys don't know who that is, they're an organization that does a lot to help people test festival drugs, so they're not like just cramming themselves full of
Fentanyl.
battery acid meth and stuff.
So so you can bring your drugs to them. They set up a lot of major festivals.
Because Molly is really chill if you actually get Molly from someone.
And you can bring your drugs to them and then just test a little tiny bit of it. Then they'll tell you what it is.
A lot of Molly though is like methy. Like if you don't
That's
fucking
the issue.
get some,
A lot of it can be cut with like meth or fentanyl now.
Like
a lot of shit's getting cut with fentanyl, which is really bad. Or like or like weird psychedelics, like what is it? What's that one that's like was being passed off as LSD for a long time? Arbom. RBIOM or something.
It's like a lab version of it.
Yeah, it's like it's really close, but it's different enough, and it can have a lot of negative effects on certain people.
Yeah, so it's a shame if there was just like a safe pathway for actual MDMA, it would be so much safer for people.
I mean, I think we're like
magic, whatever you get, being called that.
It's already going to be allowed and used for like therapeutic sessions. And then mushrooms being decriminalized in Denver is a big deal.
That was really cool when I saw that.
Yeah, there was another
that's
place
one of
too.
like my that's like one drug I will promote to anybody, for sure.
When you guys went to Portugal though, it's like all drugs are decriminalized.
Drugs are decriminalized. Everyone's chill. Like a lot of people smoke hash out there, but then the one thing that sucks is like in the main areas you have these like they're mostly like this like family, like Indian family or something, and they try to hustle to anybody that's an out of towner. They try to sell you like coke, fake coke, but their thing is like, come here, I give you try for free. Why not have free try? Like they're really pushy. Like they'll even follow you for a couple blocks, and it gets a little sketchy. Damn. And then like I bought weed off one guy, but I was trying to hustle him a little bit because he was ripping me off a little bit. And then when I started to try to push it forward, they stared coming out from like the outskirts, and I was like,
so they got
this
like
kind of sketchy.
Like enforcers,
well,
like standing behind them.
Like, well, they're like kind of like a family. Yeah, I looked up and we were surrounded, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, whatever you say, boss.
But I mean, it's not always in your face like that.
When I had more of a coke phase, there was also a phase of that phase that was a testing phase, and I got some juice like they use with Dance Safe, and it doesn't really tell you quantities of everything, but I'd always like test like the last corner of the bag or something. There was some weird stimulant that wasn't coke in it like every time.
Yeah, the thing is,
like there's just like you can get it from someone that says it's pure, and they got it from someone that's pure, and it's all your old friends for 20 years, and they still don't know where it came from.
So he ran off one day. I don't know. I don't remember where he went. I think I was like seeing some girl or something. And I went to go meet up with my homegirl, like who I was seeing out there, and then he like disappeared, and then I was like, "Where'd you go?" And he's like, "I wanted to go actually try it because they kept saying I'll give you a try." So Dustin tried the coke, and he comes back, and he was like, "Hell no!" He was like, "That was just some like gum numbing stuff."
Oh, really?
So you put it in, and it's like
lidocaine.
My numbs are
they just
gum,
give you like
but
lidocaine powder. Wow, that's
lidocaine's super common.
I told my mom to watch my first podcast ever.
Oh, wow. That was a bad idea.
Thank you, Cecil.
Have you heard all the other podcasts? Like what we've been talking about?
I just smoke cigarettes in
Oh,
my
no.
instance.
And it's the one that's the most about astronauts cussing. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
That's good. Yeah, that was interesting, man. I did go out and I did try to experiment because I wanted to see if there, So and then, I did try it. And it was like a very chemically, like not. It was bad. And I came back to Cecil, just couldn't feel my lips, but I wasn't feeling anything different.
Was it like straight Novocaine or something?
Yeah, it was dumb. And then, but the whole thing was they were really like pressuring me. But my boss is behind me. You can't like just all these excuses.
You gotta buy something.
You gotta buy something. I'm like, dude,
what's so
very aggressive.
And I was like, dude, you said I have a free try.
That's like this
it's like a timeshare.
Yeah. It was dumb.
Very aggressive, like Middle Eastern, like the Israelis at the mall, you know, and they're like, "Oh, good, secrets of the Dead Sea."
But overall,
look, now you have one goofy nail. Now let me do them all. Give me $30.
Overall, as far as like drugs being decriminalized in Portugal, you don't really see a lot of junkies. You don't see like out here, like what you. I think I saw maybe 2 or 3 bums the whole time I was
Holland
out there.
is another example.
I barely saw any homeless people.
Holland
like,
how do you regulate if you don't decriminalize? That's the thing. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, there's the people that are going to do it are going to do it, but
Yeah.
I think it's a little less because I really like saw a difference. Like I did not see it even in like the really urban areas. You didn't see like a bunch of crazy.
Did you see
people.
the same thing, Dustin, when you went to
Like,
like
you
when
go
you were in
downtown, you see
Amsterdam?
crazy people everywhere.
Amsterdam's another place where everything's decriminalized. Was it like similar in Amsterdam or what?
No.
Or were there a lot of junkies and like?
No, not at all. It was like, I mean, alcohol and weed. That's it.
Yeah. And what about?
Yeah,
So was there a big difference in like Spain and like Paris then? Like, did you see a lot of like?
No, not at all.
Well, criminalization means it's a complete cop-out. It means we're not going to try to help anybody, and we're
No.
going to say it's all their free will.
Yeah.
Even when everyone that's actually studied anything about addiction says that there's either an issue they have with addiction, some kind of chemical dependency that they're prone to, or they're going through something else hard in life and they don't know how to cope with life without some kind of escape. And without treating them and giving them some kind of therapy to like deal with life without this kind of escape, there's no replacement. So they're going to do dirtier and dirtier stuff if they can't get a hold of anything clean.
Yeah.
So it's just such an awful cop-out we're not going to regulate this. We're not going to try to help anybody with a problem. We're just going to take the symptom of a problem and punish them for it. It's like punishing people for sneezing instead of giving them some cold medicine.
And it's crazy because even the people that smoke like hash or like weed out there, they don't like people out here smoke way more. Like for me to roll like a full, like when we were in Spain, like
You were
rolling a full,
blunts and shit?
rolling a blunt of weed, they're like,
we call it American
like,
style.
whoa. Yeah, because out there they just barely smoke a little bit, like just to get a head change. And that's it. I'm like, fucking, I'm
No, we get
yeah, it's like, but you could definitely tell the difference. It's just a little. I think it's just different in general.
It's cultural
but
difference,
a little
yeah.
More chill.
All right, it's coming on that.
Yeah,
on
if
that
we
time, the last
slam
one.
out this last commercial chug, because we've got such an awesomely thick news episode, but super thick guests. So we're gonna slam out our last commercial chug,
Dick with two
and
thick
then
thighs.
That's right.
and then we'll strategically mention like our favorite newsy objects. Last, we're gonna have a news chug after this.
All right.
Yep. All right.
Take a cigarette
Commercial
break.
Yep.
chug.
Commercial chug.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crazy J back again to tell you about Angel Wax. We've been telling you about it for a while now. This product is absolutely amazing. Our boy Tommy Davis, the man behind Angel Wax, he has been working hard for you. He has been on tour, he has been traveling, he's done car shows, he's done conventions. He is spreading the gospel of Angel Wax, and it's working. A lot of people are getting into it. They love it. Those car enthusiasts that are spending their weekends detailing it like crazy, love it. If you want to outshine the rest of the cars on the road, the best way to do that is by getting some Angel Wax. Let Tommy Davis know that RadioVegas.rocks sent you to him to try this amazing product. Angel Wax, get in on it today.
You guys love tacos?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, right? Yeah.
Love tacos.
That's my
don't care-
spirit animal.
I don't care what gender you are or, we love tacos, right?
Sexually identify as a taco.
Yes! Whatever, man. But, since we all love tacos, we all need to know about Pinche's Tacos. And do you know where it's at? It's 9205 West Russell Road. It's an awesome place for lunch, dinner, or both. Here at RadioVegas.rocks, we love this place so much that if you mention us and order a blood orange margarita, they will give you a free gringo taco. What? Free gringo taco? Yes, that's right. That's what I said. And you know what else? It's like, okay, you're like, well, I don't really feel like driving over there. They have 2 locations, bruh. 2 locations. But you need to get in on this deal. You must visit the Russell location. I mean, yeah, that's where you gotta go for the free gringo tacos. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're just like, I don't have gas for that, but I have money for tacos, just go to the other one. But yeah, Pinche's Tacos, because who else doesn't love tacos, man?
Who else doesn't love tacos, man?
We all love tacos.
You know what? I don't like those energy drinks that make you all of a sudden talk like this. That's why you need to try all-natural Zip Fizz. Drop a little Zip Fizz in that H2O, you're ready to go. Up to Mount Charleston, maybe hit the craft stables, who knows? It'll help you get through that 9-to-5 day. Just visit zipfizz.com and use the promo code RadioVegas.rocks.
That's right. Use that code. That code again. RadioVegas.rocks. Wait for it. Get ready.
It's back! The triumphant return of the Zoe Bowie Karaoke Contest. Brought to you by Zip Fizz, all natural energy. With a grand prize of singing your favorite song on stage live with Zoe Bowie and his band. It's the Zoe Bowie Karaoke Contest. For more details, listen to the Rockin' Comedy Show or visit rockingcomedyshow.com. And keep it right here on the station that sings with Zoe Bowie. RadioVegas.rocks.
You guys, this has been a Stinger Light episode. You guys ready for a good one? Check this out. That's right. Yeah. All right. So it's time for news chug time and time for everyone to go to the bathroom at the same time, as if the commercials last that long. But no, they're pretty quick, and you can stop fast forwarding them now, which you should listen to them at least once and write down and then contact them and mention RadioVegas.rocks, and it helps us keep what few lights we have on. It helps us keep those lights on. And don't forget to download the RadioVegas.rocks app, because if you get this app, then you can see Aerosmith. That Aerosmith, not Aerosmith with a Y in it.
We abandoned.
The real actual one.
We abandoned Waz.
You can climb on the stage. You can wink knowingly at Steven Tyler, and he'll give you a little nod and that 3-finger salute.
You could bring weapons into the show. Aaron, I just realized Aaron has a pocket knife attached to his booty shorts.
We are allowed to bring weapons into the studio.
Nice.
Officially,
I mean, I just thought it was funny, like these booty shorts, but then he's got like this big pocket knife hanging out the side.
Sends a message.
Nice.
It sends a couple confusing, contrary messages.
Mixed emotions.
All right, let's jump.
It's that submarine of knowledge.
It's that stupid news chug time.
Or a stripper.
All right,
Stupid
I'm gonna
news.
go through some stupid news I found.
Yeah, it's time for your favorites, because I made sure I
'cause
knocked
all the
out my
shit.
must-haves.
All right, so this is just the stupid dude. All right, was apparently in some kind of argument with his girlfriend or something, and so the police roll up, find him outside the house, and they question him, ask for his name, and he says, "Yo, my name's D'Angelo Towns." But he was wearing a lanyard with his real name, Markel Towner. Dude got arrested. That's the dude.
So he had like
That's
a
all it took?
lanyard with like a name tag?
Yeah. And still gave the police a fake
wrong.
name. That wasn't even like, I mean, he just kind of like changed his last name a little. It was like, yeah.
And that happens to me all the time.
His middle
man.
name's probably D'Angelo. Like, that's just how it goes, I guess.
Sometimes.
News chug.
Sometimes you just forget you got your name tag on.
Oh yeah, and this dude set himself on fire near the White House like a couple days ago. And usually, like, you hear about like Buddhist monks doing that as some kind of like protest.
It is pretty metal.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking. But usually, like, the Buddhist monks are badass because they'll just like sit there in meditation, like on fire. And I'm like, yo, you guys.
Dustin does that all the time.
That's another level, man. I just.
They put me out though.
Yeah.
We always put him out.
Yeah. That's part of. Have you guys ever seen us play? Come on.
They put him out though. He ended up like okay, right?
No, this dude died. This dude died.
Really?
Oh no!
Yeah.
What was his? Just like fuck. However.
No one knows. Usually there's
So
a
he
message.
wasn't clear enough about the message on this.
Usually there's a message.
He left the note in his pocket. That's the thing.
Damn.
Forgot to take it out. He's like, while he's dying, he's like, oh shit. Oh fuck.
No, my note.
I know.
No one will know why I did this.
Prior planning prevents
will
poor
know.
performance, you guys.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull out his phone. Instagram. Oh.
Right. Yeah. So the dude just. I mean, they got him at first, and he was. I mean, he survived the initial
He died today,
burning,
though, didn't he?
But yeah, it was like today or yesterday or something.
So he even died.
So he didn't tell anybody like that. He took that long to die. He didn't say, "Yo, this is about blank."
No.
I mean, this is about the White House lawn needs to be in better shape.
Yeah.
Hey,
they didn't hire me for the lawnmower.
I don't know how to segue into this, but I really would be amiss if we didn't talk about Pokemon Sleep. Do you like the dramatic pause?
I mean, you guys are big into Pokemon, right?
It's Pokemon, but for in your sleep. You guys, you probably already have apps that you put on, and then it tells you if you're sleeping good or you're sleeping lame. I have a couple. I never use them.
How are the apps supposed to tell you if you're sleeping good or not?
They hear you tumble. They hear how you snore. They hear the timbre of it. They hear your little whistles, and they tell you you're sleeping good or bad. But this one's going to do it with Pokemon.
So
you're going to get points for your sleep
listens
whistles.
to you while you sleep.
Yeah, and you get to catch Pokemon.
Your phone listens to you at all times.
Pokemon fly in your sleeping mouth, and you get points for them.
What?
I'm elaborating like extra details they haven't revealed.
That's pretty cool.
Part of this is prediction. But the ball that you carry around right now, that's an accessory that like lets you know when a Pokemon is present and lets you catch it without taking your phone out of your pocket. That thing, you're going to snuggle it in your sleep, and then it's going to tell you that you slept good and like give you points. So kids are going to get rewarded for sleeping.
They're going to get
which
Pokemon.
They're not going to be able to do because they have to wake up at 6 a.m. for high school because our whole education system's broken.
Yeah. Or no, just our whole societal concept of sleep is whack.
Yeah. Pokemon's going to fix
sleep
it.
is just sleep, though. Right?
I would kill in that game though.
Right?
Yeah, he actually woke up like an hour before we
professional sleeper here.
Oh yeah.
We got to compete.
You know, he prepared for this podcast by watching Elon Musk on that other podcast, and he said he was just going to imitate Elon Musk like the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, like stare off and act concerned about the future.
You look really sophisticated. And
Are you going to talk about what
Like,
Elon...
ask him a question, yeah.
Did you guys... like...
He's like, listen. He's like, listen. AI is going to take over the world, okay? We have to be very careful about how we implement AI.
Did you guys see Elon Musk host Meme Review on PewDiePie's channel?
No,
Okay,
he did that.
So him and Justin Roiland, the co-creator of
Rick and Morty.
Of Rick and Morty, that's right. So the co-creator of Rick and Morty helps coach Leon Musk.
Leon Musk.
They were in a room. They did it remotely. They didn't go to where PewDiePie is in Sweden or Europe or whatever.
Isn't PewDiePie a racist?
No. Watch his channel, man. So you should have subscribed when everyone else did. It's a good time. No, literally,
He's
like
got
no
enough
joke.
subscribers already. I think he's all right. With
I'm an actual PewDiePie fan. I've been really into him, especially the last couple of years, because he's kind of grown up on YouTube, and now he's turned into like a channel that's mostly about like reviewing and reacting to memes and news on YouTube culture. And I follow YouTube culture, and I like memes that he ends up killing by reviewing them. And it's really funny, and I feel like I can relate to him, and he's just a normal dude. He's just a normal dude that grew up playing video games on the internet when it wasn't a thing. So, like, that would warp you, yeah, and his sense of humor is warped sometimes. But no, he's not anything like that culturally bad, unless, like, for a joke, ironically, and then having to apologize for it.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think he really, like, anyway, I could go into it unnecessarily. But
we're talking about Leon Musk.
He got Leon Musk and Justin Roiland to
Jogan
to review some memes. And you know that meme when there's like a dead deer at the bottom of a pool and it says "My dolphin's broken"? Elon Musk thought that was the funniest meme ever, and now that's a meme with Elon Musk acting confused to like normal human memes, and then there's a dead deer, and he just was like killed by it. And you gotta check out PewDiePie just for this episode alone. Elon Musk just, because he's so awkward and weird socially unless he's in control and presenting something.
Yeah, just like Dustin.
So that's why Justin Roiland was on there as like his buddy, to be like, okay, it doesn't matter if you're funny or whatever. I'm here. I'm always goofy and funny. We'll watch these together. It'll be cool. You could tell he was there for like support for him. But when that deer came out, he was like, that's a dead deer. And he's just like dying.
That's not a dolphin.
That's not a dolphin. Yeah.
So what we learned is Elon Musk thinks dead animals are funny.
Yeah.
Dead things. Things dead.
Was he literally LOLing, or was it, like, did he have a laugh to him, or is it like, I feel like it's a cackle, like.
It was
like how a cat, like,
it was kind of one of those quieter laughs, where it was more visual. Yeah. You guys gotta see it for yourself. But not to dwell, because we got a news chug. Pokemon sleep, that's a thing.
All right. I had to cover this. This is
I gotta keep hitting that one. This is a Pokemon sleep sound.
All right, so this is a short one
None
too.
of these go with Pokemon sleep. You go on.
Of course, this is happened in Florida.
Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man. But dude is having sex with this chick.
That's a Florida
and
sound.
for some reason,
she was a goat.
He has a gun, and for some reason, he shoots her, and she dies during sex.
So
That's really suspicious.
He's claiming that it was accidental.
It doesn't really say. It doesn't go into detail, unfortunately. And which is why, because I like speculate.
Such a confusing article.
Because I like speculating on these things. Yeah, because it's like
Florida man.
No, that's wrong with
You know what's the most confusing article that I've still yet to have resolved is you remember when the lady fell out of the freaking roller coaster at Circus, and then they said that the lady was a double amputee. And they never specified whether she was a W amputee pre-falling out or post-falling out. And if she was pre-falling out, why did anybody let her on this roller coaster? And what limbs was she missing to begin with?
Obviously, the ones that get strapped down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
Whoa. Okay, but let's breathe on your investigation here. I don't want to rush over what you've got.
I mean, so the dude obviously wanted her out of the picture, right? And
Should have cut off her limbs and put her on a roller coaster.
And he's just, that's a much more elegant solution. And this guy he seduces her. This guy looks like a seducer, I gotta say.
This dude looks like the dude from Trailer Park Boys.
I want to look at him.
He does kind of look like Ricky.
Oh, okay. Now I found the article.
He looks just like it.
He just needs that shirt, the checkered.
Looks like a skinnier, like a little more druggy version of him.
Right? But I mean, Ricky
man.
could pick up chicks. This dude could probably pick up chicks. He wanted out of the picture for some reason and just acts like it's heat of the moment, like he doesn't even realize he's got his gun. You know?
Like you have your gun lying around when you're doing it,
He just
right?
wanted to do a few, roof pops and, shoot the roof a couple times, and then just got carried away. And I mean, that's the story.
Is there any detail of, like
roof pops? Like, that's just a cool thing to do while you do it.
Yeah. You just blow a couple holes in your roof, man.
Best of my life.
If I had my gun right now,
So cash.
That's why I don't like, sleep with a gun underneath the pillow no more. Because I used to do that.
Roof pops?
No, having a gun. You know the whole classic 007, you have the gun underneath the pillow?
Yeah, who's after you?
Okay.
No, but, that might be what happened.
So how did this backfire for you?
Well, no, I mean, reading these stories, it's not safe to sleep with your guns.
Yeah,
it most definitely is not. Yeah.
Have you ever had moments where you're sleepwalking, where you think you're awake and you're not, or you think that you've got a ice cream cone and it's all weird and cold and metal? That's what I'm worried about.
I've seen an ice cream cone.
Maybe he was going for her hair, and then he accidentally.
Oh, same hand.
Yeah.
But no, he shot her in the her torso. So
do you think? Wait, hold on. Here's the really important question, though. Do you think he finished?
Yes.
Do you think she did right before she died?
No,
probably
most
not.
assuredly not.
She
that would affect the case.
That would have been at least a little bit better for her death.
Coming and going.
I mean, it could have been either way. She could have been on top of him, and he reached behind the pillow, and just
aimed it at her torso.
Maybe someone broke in.
Yeah, what was the position there?
To the trailer.
Unless he was on top and below, and then, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
What if they're 69ing?
Still, he shot her in the torso.
You guys, before we hold on, is there any? Before we
get
to
a very sexual show.
Twister.
So wait, there's one more thing.
What if they were in space while they did it?
There's a couple more things, but I have to make sure that we don't leave without talking about the traffic jam Whopper. Burger King's up to a couple weird stunts. They're offering to pay off people's student loans, and that's controversial because people are like, hey, why don't you just pay people more so they can just pay off their student loans with their employee wages?
Yeah, with their wages.
Understandable.
Burger King.
But so they've got this plan in places like South America where there's regular traffic jam time that these signs will light up and say, hey, it's go, or you have this special app, and only when traffic is thick enough the app will activate and you'll be able to order a traffic jam Whopper, and people will bust out on motorcycles and deliver Burger King to your car while it's sitting in traffic.
Wait, so the motorcycle slides up next to your car while you're in traffic and drops off the food?
Yeah, show them this picture.
That sounds fucking crazy.
Drops off some Whoppers, man.
This is gonna kill people.
How are they gonna locate your car? It's like
the same way they locate you with freaking Uber and shit. Yeah, just like your location.
This sounds
That shit's
like this sounds like next level. Like this sounds like more problems than.
This is the
solutions.
future, Cecil.
This sounds like fat
right?
people
Just
future.
because you don't eat Burger
Fat
King.
people future. I see more problems though. No, I'm with
I
you on
see
this,
more
Cecil.
problems and solutions out of that.
All right, if they can bring you
issues.
like freaking broccoli and bread and banana fucking
I
sandwiches.
can wait.
Yeah.
I can wait.
I can wait and go to the grocery store when it's time to go.
Right.
Well,
This
good
is
for
what
you.
vegans eat.
Like,
Sometimes
stuck
the
in traffic.
craving sneaks up, you know. I can't wait. I want to try.
You never been in traffic and so irritated that the only thing that'll calm you down is a
Whopper?
I feel like
nice,
it won't
hot
calm you
juicy
down.
Whopper.
nice hot juicy Whopper.
Maybe if they do that, never mind.
You never been legit stuck in
What?
traffic, son.
Yeah, you haven't been in real traffic.
Yeah.
You haven't been in that Whopper traffic.
That Whopper. What about that Big Mac though? What if I want a fucking Big Mac? Huh?
Shit, man. McDonald's slipping. Dude, they slipping on this, man.
You know what's funny is Burger King's really big in Spain.
Yeah.
Is
When
it?
we were out there, it was like fucking everywhere. Like,
I feel like Burger King has gotten pretty like ghetto as far as fast. It's like
well, especially when down like
This is
on
so-
Charleston in Maryland. That's like
oh god, no, no.
They turned the one
don't
that was
go
by
there.
my house into a dispensary. It got so bad. Who was
Damn.
it with? We were like, I was at Daddy last night. We were at McDonald's at the D. And he was like, oh man, he's like, this McDonald's is kind of ghetto. And I was like, when was the last time you went to a McDonald's that wasn't ghetto?
Yeah.
Summerlin? Summerlin?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys,
Yeah.
not to be rushy, but there's only a few more minutes left. Greg, let's have your top picks before we run out of time.
I don't know. Oh yeah. All right. So measles outbreaks have been like more prominent and shit. We've been hearing more about that. People are still adamant about not vaccinating children and all this. So now they're talking about
Yeah, I wasn't vaccinated. I only got polio
measles,
once.
travel bans. Yeah, see, and that's all it takes. But it's just crazy, man.
All right, I've just
Like-
got a little a small case of the Ebola right now. I'll be all right.
Yeah, no big deal. You'll just sleep it off.
That's a weird. Yeah, it's controversial because like a lot of people believe the opposite. Like, oh, we don't need to get vaccinated, but we
No,
all got
you do.
shots in our asses when we were
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, you
They're
definitely
putting
vaccinated.
Yeah, and none of us have rickets.
Oh my god.
The chips in the shots.
I don't. Yeah, the chips. They like inject you, and then you got a little chip in your heart
Dude,
now.
dude, I like Lay's though. Lay's are good, all right? You can inject me with all the Lay's you want, especially the barbecue
It's the
flavor.
wrong chips I'm talking about.
No, I mean, vaccines cure or have eradicated some diseases.
Yeah, but they did make Dustin a little bit, you know.
There's a big controversy with the flu vaccination.
Yeah, well,
That's
the
what
flu
I remember.
vaccination is understandable because
It's a new technology,
And
whereas
there's-
these vaccinations have been around for decades.
Yeah, and like with the flu, there's not just like the flu.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of strains of the
Strains
flu.
of flu, it's
So you have
changes
to figure out
everywhere.
like which strain is going to hit that part of the country that this year. So it's like not an exact science.
But things like smallpox, which is like a legit epidemic and absolutely a monstrous way to die, that's
totally
been
preventable.
eradicated for like 30, 40 years. And so
Yeah.
these things are hella proven.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Like the ones like what is it? What are the ones you get as a kid? Like I don't even remember.
You get like smallpox,
Rubella.
polio,
Measles, mumps.
measles, mumps, yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, and a lot of these have been declared eradicated and gone, and now
Yeah,
are
no,
popping
these
up.
were diseases that, yeah, like back around in like, you know, turn of the century up
Yeah.
until like the 40s and 50s would like kill like hundreds of thousands of kids, you know, mostly children. You know?
Miserable deaths for
Yeah.
these children. See, we
That's
don't
why.
have-
That's why up until, you know, more recently, you know, people stopped having like a dozen kids at a time and shit, because
So-
people would have like a dozen kids, because like half of them would die off anyway.
So now it's like hippies are like, don't do vaccinations, and then their kids are getting like measles. Is that what's going on?
Or it's just like
yeah.
all kinds of people. Just,
Exactly.
just there's a lot of misinformation going around, and I mean, for the most part, they're safe. There's a small percentage of the population that like has adverse reactions to vaccines, and so those people shouldn't get vaccines,
Yeah.
obviously. But everyone else should get vaccines because then it's less likely the disease gets spread around.
Yeah, yeah.
And it makes-
There creates like a herd immunity.
Herd immunity, yeah, exactly.
Those people that can't take the vaccinations then are put
safer.
in danger. Yeah, they're safer when people that can do. It's unfair to put them in danger, and it's also unfair for the medical community at large that doesn't have a way to treat people that once they've gotten some of these diseases. Some of these diseases are only treatable in advance. So you go and get it and like, well, we can't save you now. We already gave you the treatment for
Some of
it.
these diseases, haven't even been seen, like, you know, in America for like 40 years.
Yeah.
These doctors, don't know what to do. They only know about the stuff through textbooks and shit. They have, they're They have
polio.
They have no hands-on like experience treating these things because these things have been gone through the United States for generations.
The way polio cripples people that are able to survive it is just like nightmarish, and that's like popping back.
Yeah, and even I think the dude who developed the polio vaccine even like took it himself just to prove it was safe. Yeah. Like, because he was just confident in it.
Meanwhile, there's all these other studies that, like, if you do actually have autism, there's a trace of it in highly successful people, and you can, with the right education growing up, that might be like different or more thorough than a quote unquote normal person. And an autistic person can live a normal, healthy life and have even some advantages mentally over some other people. So it's like, if that's your only risk is autism, when that's like could be awesome for you, it's ridiculous. But it's not even a risk. There's no consistent link to autism whatsoever.
That's what people are trying to say, though, right? I have read that they're trying to say that the vaccinations lead to autism.
Yeah.
But to note, the guy who kind of started that whole thing with his research, eventually it was found out that his research was fraudulent, and he lost his medical license.
Ooh. Good.
So
they still post it on Facebook, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So ridiculous.
No, I have a friend who like grew up and she wasn't vaccinated because her parents were fucking some crazy fucking whatever hippies and shit. Yeah, and she like almost died as a kid from fucking I forget some freaking gnarly shit.
Yeah,
like measles or something like that. Yeah, and now she's a huge like pro like vaccination person.
Should be. All right, this next one.
Is it the 11-foot alligator?
No, I'm sure everyone's been keeping up on the Energy Department's news releases about natural gas exports, because I'm very interested in that.
Oh.
Not really. But anyway, so this news release from the Energy Department started referring to natural gas exports as molecules of U.S. freedom.
What?
Nice.
Yeah. Freedom molecules.
Oh.
Freedom molecules.
And it would benefit the world if we could spread the U.S. molecules of freedom throughout.
Freedom to pollute.
Yeah, which is crazy, man. Like, just governments change language, and this administration.
Double speak deluxe.
This administration has been really good about like scientific language, as far as like just saying like, oh, you can't use these words like sea level rise and whatever. I mean, there's a lot of examples, but it's super 1984. Yeah. Like calling something that we know isn't exactly great.
We've been like producing a lot of like gas and like oil lately too. I mean, especially with that huge oil field in North Dakota that they like been like fracking and stuff. I just watched this whole like thing about how we've had more like train derailments with like oil tankers carrying this fuel that's like really freaking flammable too, apparently from this specific oil field. We've had like 30 of them in the past like year or something, which is more than we've had in the past 30 years.
It's just annoying that we keep going back to this old.
And they're bringing these tankers through like really like populated places and stuff.
What's dumb is that like all the government buildings in Las Vegas are run off solar power, but why can't we fucking have our houses run on solar power? Because then the power company goes out of fucking business.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Raiders Stadium is not going to be powered by NV Energy. I think they like already paid whatever they had to pay.
They're like, look, we're going to bring our own solar panels
or something. I'm not sure exactly how they plan on powering the stadium, but but it's not going to be powered through NV Energy. I mean, they have a monopoly. I know the casinos were trying to like pull out of like being like bound to NV Energy and stuff, but I don't know how successful that was. I think the Wynn managed to pull out. Yeah.
Well,
but there's no alternative though either yet. Until there's like until there's a proposed alternative.
Well, wasn't that the last time we voted? There was like
the big thing was to continue to let them have their monopoly because there is no proposed alternative yet. Because without a proposed alternative, then all of a sudden it could make it way worse. Because that's what happened in like California and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing about the freedom molecule, I guess, is it's just all like a euphemism. And George Carlin did an amazing job like representing like how America's highlighted off these euphemisms throughout history. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
it's controlling language.
It's controlling language just to upscale like the whole business approach to like what's driving the country, pretty much. You know.
Dude, I need to get me some freedom molecules.
Yeah, we all need some more freedom
like
molecules.
Is George Carlin the comedian guy?
Yeah.
He's the one that has that piece about post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
And it used to be called shell shock. And then over time we keep like softening up the word, because before it was just like, oh fuck, he's got shell shock, that's crazy.
And then it's like a medical condition.
Like, post-traumatic stress disorder may involve
which doesn't sound as bad.
like that doesn't sound
which is really crazy, like the way the government refers to just a lot of things in the military.
It's like as if like when a president comes out with a whole new pitch for the country, like let the whatever that guy said.
Change. Hope.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
It's just another pitch to sell some bogus ass shit that's already corrupted.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What was that? I don't know too much about politics, but there was that new guy. He's like, I'm gonna give everyone $1,000.
Andrew Yang, yo, them Yang bucks, dog.
I was like, I don't know if how is that gonna work. That sounds like too good to be true.
Here's the idea. It does sound too good to be true, right?
But this is like something that's been implemented in other countries.
It's
called
been tested.
A basic income.
Yeah, so the idea is that like you give everyone a basic income, usually depending on the area you live, but say it's like $1,000 a month, and that's enough to cover like
all your basic expenses,
rent or whatever it is. It need to be more than that in Vegas.
Food.
Yeah, but if that's the case, you don't have to do unemployment insurance. There's no need for food stamps. So you cut those costs and just do this basic income. And the idea is that like people don't want to work if they're getting free money, and some people won't. But it's not enough to give you like a free, like cushy ride.
Like
you know what I mean?
Go get a lot of beers at the bar.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to like have an apartment and like go drink every night and whatever.
But
so like
it'll cover like food and rent.
And like that's the idea. It's like cover the basic
It'll give you the
necessities.
time to like do things and hone like your craft and like do things that you like really want to do, to the point where like you get them to where you make an income off of that, and still have this supplemental like $1,000 a month. And then if you get to the point, where like you're in a bracket where it's like you don't need this extra $1,000 a month, you can just donate it to a charity or give it back into the, put it back into the pot.
Or you get taxed like above a certain, all that stuff still applies, but everyone gets like a base level income. So, but that's that. I think we're
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the rest of his plan is all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, right. All right.
We take all the
Have you guys seen that alligator though?
This dumb. No, I found this like dumb video of some alligator broke into these people's houses in
Florida.
Did he take all their Gatorade?
But like the video is so dumb. It's just like screenshots of this alligator in a house. Like it's so dumb. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, why is this?
Outro. This is a good outro. The sexy alligator in the kitchen, man.
Have you seen the guy that does the beer run with the alligator?
Yeah.
No.
So he runs in with a baby alligator, and the alligator's flailing. So the cashier's like, "Oh fuck!" And then he just grabs like a case of beer and runs out.
Oh man.
Did he leave the alligator on the counter?
I think he was just holding it the whole time.
No,
that's just fucking alligator.
No, he went and got drunk with the gator. Obviously, the gator was his accomplice.
He got caught up pretty
easily.
Homie.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Oh man.
That's like
he apologized for it though.
All right, I think we're.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
Oh dang!
We made it.
That's right.
You guys have any plugs? Are you guys playing anywhere soon?
Nah, I don't think we have any shows coming up. I think we might be doing a house show on the 28th of this next month.
Yeah.
Just check out Chocolate Jesus.
Yo, check out Chocolate Jesus.
Yeah, so we're working. We got a bunch of stuff in the works.
Yeah, we got
working on EP.
Stay tuned for Two Clueless Dudes, another great show on RadioVegas.rocks coming on right after this. Thank you so much, you guys. Tell a friend, because all the love and effort we put into gathering this fun content for you would be all the better for all your friends and family to share with them, to love and enjoy forever into the evening. Okay, you're not clear. Don't talk shit yet.
Can we say really bad stuff yet?
Yeah, can we see?